Hey guys, I'm Mike,
I'm Tim.
And I'm Bob.
and we're live from our homes because Board Game Rundown is in the house.
There you go.
I thought we covered
How we
games
doing,
from
guys?
From the ground up.
up. Yeah, because I'm in
No,
my
Bob's
basement.
not upstairs.
He's upstairs. He has a
Ish.
basement.
I do.
He's in the second floor out of 3, though. So,
Yeah.
Well, great. Now everybody,
technicalities here, gentlemen.
now everybody knows
Start again.
everything about Bob.
Yes.
That's now and where he
Raise
lives.
the roof is what we're getting at. Raise the roof, people.
There we go.
It is
Did you say raise the
Wednesday.
rough?
Rough. Well,
Yes,
the rough
I
just
did.
laid down, so maybe once he gets back up, I'll pick him up.
Boo.
Hi,
Guys,
everybody.
it is Wednesday. It is Whiskey Wednesday. I am glad to be back. I am refreshed and energized. Looks like we got all of our usuals with us.
Woohoo.
We got Trevor with us asking how many versions of Axis and Allies Digital there is. Andrew has the zombie version. What's up, Andrew?
Ooh.
We got Nick's with us.
Hey.
Even Sam-
Jazz, because I'm still shortening it.
Yep.
Yeah, she likes it shortened.
Jazz hands.
And hey, we got Sam in the house.
Yeah, Sam's in Fort Wayne.
Oh, nice. So you're close.
Awesome, yeah. Good deal. And yes, we got a full house tonight, Nix.
Yeah,
That is
buddy.
what's going on. And we got the playtester
Yay.
of all playtester.
Yeah,
Welcome.
yeah. You know
it is
it's
Wednesday, guys.
you know it's business time because Bob's wearing business socks and one of the Rossies are here.
I'm still wearing work socks. Does that count? Those are
On
my
the upside, I got
business socks?
shorts on too. Mike.
Yeah, but Mike, are
Me
you wearing
too.
pants? That's what's
Right.
that's what's important.
That's the big difference
Yes.
You
I
left
am.
us with that magical revelation last time.
It was pretty magical. Yeah, guys. So it is Wednesday. We are going to be joined by Evan Halbert. At approximately 9 o'clock. So we're
Yeah.
super excited about that. Designer of After the Empire.
Great
so
game.
we've got an hour to kill before we get into our topic.
So unlike when Mike Giuliano and I are on and we stall for 3 hours before we actually do our topic, we actually are intentionally, but we will,
Calling.
yeah, but we'll get there sooner.
Yeah.
Tim, what's our topic?
Oh, what is it? It is top 5 digital implementations of board games.
Yep.
That is right. So we're going to be coming at this from a lot of different directions. We're going to have some website games, some app games, maybe some Steam games, maybe some Epic games, maybe some EA games. No, I doubt we're going to have
We'll see.
those. There's going to be games.
I don't know,
that
Sam.
are board
Is
games.
Forges of Ravenshire on available on Steam yet?
Oh, David, great question. The answer is no. I got back from Alaska Monday. It was my neighbor brought it by Tuesday, but that was my first day back at work. And I was super busy. And then I went back to my bowling league yesterday and drafted a fantasy football team yesterday. Then I had the sale today. So I've been too busy to even touch that box.
All that time complaining and waiting, and it's still.
I know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just bring it over here. I've got time. I'll go through it.
And I have to get ready to host for Saturday. So too much time on my hands, gentlemen.
Not enough time
Enough
on your
time on
hands
your
is what you mean.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep.
So,
What are you drinking, Mike?
Ooh, great question. I need to pour some whiskey. That is a good
And
point.
cute.
I know. It's like I haven't used that one in forever. Stopped using that one for a second. I'm trying to kill this bottle of Russell's 10-year.
Okay.
So we're gonna try to do that. I didn't have as much ice queued up as I would like. Sadly, I was not prepared for Whiskey Wednesday at all. Barely any ice.
Wow.
What about you, Bob? What are you drinking?
I actually have this bottle of Maker's Mark that was signed to me from 2005, and yeah,
You've
on that.
brought that bottle on the stream before.
I did.
I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Tim, which expired bottle are you still drinking out of?
Hold on. Look. I've got a little bit of this guy left.
Hey.
Okay. Great news, Tim. But better news. Look in the chat. Forges of Ravenshire is on Steam. Oh my God.
Oh, yeah.
Click
Tabletop
that.
Simulator.
Click that.
Also, rules enforced sovereignty. Okay, well, that just made my list.
Yep. Hold
It's
on. Let me
on
redo my list.
Steam?
So Canical.
Hold on, I have Steam open.
I'll wait till you're ready.
Yeah, don't mind me clicking on my computer now.
Oh no, yeah. No. Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
I mean, I'm ready. I'm still clicking.
Yeah,
but I'm ready.
we're not going to our list anyway. And I don't know what my Steam is doing.
And then the last one I could choose from is Old Crow.
Oh God.
So I think in honor of Mike being back, I must drink the Old Crow.
Probably. That's in a plastic bottle, isn't it?
Yes.
Mother
Wait a
of God.
minute.
That's how you know it's good. So you get the microplastics in.
Wow.
Listen to this pour. Look at that. It's just going over ice like
How
a
about
glacier. It's cheap,
Wow.
dirty bourbon going over a
Yeah.
glacier of
Look at the
ice.
size of my balls. Look at that. Look how big that is.
Almost insulting that
That's one
ice
ball.
of the whiskey.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is happening. I gotta look this up.
What's that?
Well, I'm in Steam now.
Oh, you have to. It's in
Okay.
Tabletop Simulator. On Steam, it's in Tabletop Simulator. It's not an actual app.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rules
So
are
What?
Sandboxy, right? You have to go to
Okay.
Sovereignty to actually have it rules enforced.
Gotcha. Okay. So speaking of Sam, I have mentioned this in our Facebook group and whatnot, but I thought this was one of the coolest things. So as many of you know by now, if you don't, I was off for 2 weeks. I was in Alaska and Vancouver,
You were?
and it was incredible. Yes, I was posting about it constantly. Make a lot of posts on like my personal Facebook account, but when I go on vacation, I just take a lot of photos. I want to have memories to relive, and it was an epic trip, and everywhere is beautiful there. So I wanted to have as much to remember as possible. I went to the first stop our cruise ship made was Ketchikan, Alaska. It is Alaska's first city, as it is called. It is a town of about 28 no 20, about 3,800 people, and they had a store called Gateway Games, and they had Cult of the Deep in that store. So I'm
Awesome.
like, wow, how cool is that? I am really in the middle of nowhere. You have to take a ship to get to this town or a plane. There are no roads that go in or out of Ketchikan. You must fly there or take a boat there. And
You can
here,
also have your games delivered by Deep Ones. They'll bring it there for you.
well, there's that.
They will.
Yeah, so they apparently delivered Cult of the Deep to Gateway Games in Alaska. I thought that was super cool to see it in their inventory. So, yeah, very cool. Very cool. That was just one of the many cool things I saw while doing that. Yeah, Sam, like amazing, dude. Like I'm in the most remote, one of the most remote places, the most remote places in the country. And I'm like, wait a minute, what is that doing here? That's
Little
awesome.
slice of heaven right there for you.
the friend in me really wants to be like, yeah, they saw Cult of the Deep and felt like, where can we hide this so no one will find it?
We'll ship it away.
Yes.
I'll have you know that game probably was on a barge to get to that store.
It probably was. That's so cool though. Like I'm still a bad friend because I've been meaning to go to Barnes and Noble and try to find Mission Control there and take a picture and send it to Donnie and Corey. So,
well, like you said, you're a terrible friend. That's why.
all
Tracks.
checks out. Bob can confirm.
And confirm.
Mike, you're newer to the, but
it doesn't take long to figure out though, Tim.
Yeah.
So.
yeah, it's true. Somebody shows you their ass, believe them. I mean, that's what it is.
Yeah, actually, that's a great point, Nick's. Like, what are you doing during the winter?
Man. Don't they give you a stipend to live in Alaska? Don't they pay people to live in Alaska?
That is true. Yes, they do.
Man,
that was one of the best things Sarah Palin ever did. Not to get political.
Oh, she did that?
She did.
Well, she had to pay for that bridge.
She did, but yeah, it was like one of the most socialist things she ever done, and she got tons of credit, got reelected, and everything. Yeah, super
It's-
popular.
How
Hey,
mavericky of
It's
her.
their resources. They should get something for it.
Yeah. And it's a hard place to live.
It's incredibly expensive because it's hard to
Hard to
ship
get anything
things
in there.
there.
Yeah,
They don't have farms or cows up there. They gotta ship that stuff in via barge.
wow.
You gotta
They have
eat
don't
moose
they have
meat.
sheep. They do sheep, don't they?
They've got
I figure
don't
if
know
New
about
Zealand
sheep.
can do sheep, Alaska should be able to do sheep.
probably. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know how much of that meat they would actually,
Mutton
that's such a small, like chicken and beef kind of dominates. That's the thing. But it's not just that. Like they have to ship, lettuce and bell peppers in. The guy on the bus said it's $5 to buy a bell pepper.
or hear me
and when
out.
it gets there,
Stop eating vegetables.
the shelf life, yeah. Yeah, totally sustainable. Everybody eat meat constantly.
That's right.
Works for me.
And potatoes. You can probably grow potatoes up there.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, you
I've
can't
seen
grow,
people grow
you can't
carrots in a
grow
bucket.
much though. Like
So you
more
can
than
grow
half of
carrots.
that state is tundra, and you can't grow anything on tundra.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
It's a good place to practice for Mars habitation. You just make greenhouses and
yeah, there you go.
Yep.
Welcome, Mike.
Hello.
That's such a good
Listen,
point.
Bob goes to one foreign country and everything is now just about New Zealand. I know you just went to the
speaking of-
Azores. I just had to mess with you.
Speaking
They have
of, you
sheep in
guys
the
know
Azores?
You guys know the
No.
best way to do a sheep?
Lots of cows, lots of pigs.
Mike, what is the best way to do a sheep?
Against a cliff, so it pushes back.
Mm,
Sorry. Inappropriate.
okay.
Well,
You had me up
hey,
to-
I
Do I-
avoided.
Do I
I
have
avoided
to
a lot more that could have been.
do I have to be on tonight since you got Bob?
Yeah.
All right, guys, it was fun. I was just a guest tonight.
Oh,
Mike's
you're
got
leaving.
it. Mike's got it.
Yeah. See,
It is.
It
It
is
is an old joke.
it's the
I
edge
should've-
of a cliff. I didn't even say it right.
Yeah, that's all right. You're still on Alaska time.
That's what it is. Yeah, it's the jet lag. It's 4:14 there. So, yeah.
All
So,
I know
all right, guys.
is it's Wednesday somewhere.
Well, that's true. I'll
It is
drink
Wednesday.
to that. If I can figure out which table I put my drink on. Why don't we? We said we were going to talk about what we've been playing lately, guys.
So let me just answer Mike's. It's only been Sky Team, and that's it, nonstop.
Yep.
Well, I've played a lot of Sky Team, but I got a lot of plays in on that trip. So I packed a lot of games
Mhm.
and I played a lot of games. I actually have not played a single game. I looked on BG Stats. I haven't played a single game in September yet.
Oh,
But I played 63 games in the month of August. That's a lot for me. I mean,
And
that's
none
a
of those
lot
were
in
multiple
general.
hands of the crew, right?
No.
hashtag pad and stats.
Pad and stats.
Actually, what's funny is none of these are really padding stats other than like Sky Team because it's like 15 to 20 minutes.
All right,
Things
Mike,
are
I'm gonna hold
bad.
you to that. I want to hear what you guys thought of Ahsoka. Oh wait, some people haven't watched it yet, but you can just give me a
Oh.
thumbs up or thumbs down. But
Yeah, I watched it when I got back to the house.
oh, sweet,
It was good.
it was good, right?
It was.
I'm
I
telling
was
you,
not disappointed.
Ray Stevenson, like
Okay.
that Jedi, like very interesting.
Yes.
That is interesting. They
Potatoes,
don't
things
have
are-
they don't have a lot of them, so it's hardly enough to sustain the whole population of
Probably lots
Alaska
of
by
fish and crab.
comparison.
Trevor really missed an opportunity when he got down to the beats. He could have said then Bears
and
Battlestar
Galactica.
Galactica. All famous exports, Alaskan exports.
Obviously, yes.
Eating that caribou meat. Yeah, they don't have a lot of people, but yeah.
Yeah,
so
you
by
can't eat. You
comparison,
can't eat them. They're a scarcity.
Well,
like I can like walk out the door and like trip over a cornfield, so it's different.
In Alaska, I'm just messing with you.
here.
I knew what he meant.
Oh.
Hey, Hey, I saw one like already. How about everybody use their thumbs?
Yeah, can we get 14 of those? That'd be awesome.
Yeah, let's get 14 thumbs right out of the gate.
14 thumbs.
All right.
What do you get? What games you played? Games you played? Go first, Mike. Welcome back.
Well, I mean, Sky Team in the month of August.
You played Sky Team?
I have a question though. Did you play Sky Team on the plane?
I did not. I couldn't
go back.
convince my buddy.
Go back.
None of them count.
I know. I told everybody I was going to.
Yeah.
I was actually going to try to cheat, and I was going to have my buddy take a picture of me holding the box, and I'm like, that doesn't count. I'm not going to do that. I couldn't get him to play any games on the plane, so and on the way back, we really needed to use it to sleep because
tired.
We left at night and landed in the morning. Yeah.
That's what happened when I went to Ireland. That's
same
a fun thing.
Azores was the same way. I like that because I'm going to sleep on the plane anyway. So I sleep, I wake up, it's like, cool, let's start the day.
Well, you and I are normal sized people, Bob, so we're able to sleep on planes.
Well,
Mikey's a little taller than us.
Yeah, it's a bit rough for me. But in the month of August, I played 24 games of Sky Team alone.
Golly.
Bob and I played it 8 or 9 times just before we reviewed it to experience every single module.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I played it like 16 times just on my trip with my buddy Dustin. What's up, TJ? Yes, I did not take the hike that maybe would have killed me.
And we're all disappointed. I mean, really relieved.
Well,
I mean, I was really looking forward to those pictures, but I guess, oh well.
It would have made a great made-for-TV movie as well. I was doing it for the publicity, guys. That was the day I was wearing my
do it for the gram.
Shirt,
you got to do it for the gram, dude. You might have to cut an arm off because it gets stuck in something, but hey, then they make a movie about it and you make some money.
And lure a couple bear over and see if they'll chew the other one off.
There you go.
Yeah, Sky Team's amazing though. I will say though, Bob, my buddy Dustin and I, we beat one of the real-time scenarios with kerosene. Ooh. And we beat one of the real-time scenarios with wind.
Nice.
We basically just kept playing it over and over and over until we were like, we were hitting on every die placement and just like we were on the same page. And you have to play it over and over to get in that groove like that. But once we did, we beat both of those real-time scenarios.
How many times did you lose?
One of them we lost 3 times. The other one we lost twice. So we were 1 out of 4 and like 1 out of 3 on the other one.
Okay. I taught Dan last week, I think it was, and we ended up losing the scenario. But
yeah, the real-time ones are really, really tough.
They are.
Yeah, we got to get Tim to play some Sky Team. It's pretty.
I played it.
Awesome.
I played it. I just played base Sky Team.
Base.
I played it with you, Mike, didn't I? Or did I play it with Bob and Dan? I played it with Dan.
Yeah, I think I taught you and Dan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You guys are doing the 3-player variant.
I've been quite the pusher man. I've been quite the pusher man with that.
No, Bob just taught.
Yeah. I've been teaching it a lot.
We
nice.
So it's a good segue then. We played a game that's on Kickstarter right now that is amazing. If this is your style of game, it is described as Mass Effect in space. It's called Rogue Angels, because that's the night Bob and Dan came over. We played that so that we could do a video for it for the show, and then we were all like, "Holy crap, this game's awesome!" and wanted to keep going, but it was like we would be up all night. And also, it's just a prototype, so there's really only like a few scenarios that you could do. But yeah, and then Bob taught us Sky Team afterwards. But Rogue Angels is a really neat campaign style game with like lots of stuff going on, sci-fi, very cool universe, really interesting lore. The characters are all really cool. Sorry,
sure.
Chris.
I never recorded that Rogue Angels on our plays.
Yeah. Bob, I think we all liked it, right? Yeah, I think we all liked it.
I enjoyed it.
Besides it being kind of like scenario style, what are like the other kind of mechanics? What sort of game is it?
Oh my gosh.
It's got a really neat thing where like you have different groups of enemies, but then you have like a card, and then like their demeanor changes. So like at the beginning, they were in position, they knew what was going on, and they had a strategy kind of a thing. and then you would flip this card back and forth. So like one set of enemies would go, then after the person would go, you'd flip the card, the other set of enemies would go. But then after you like would clear those out, and then there was more chaos kind of going on, then they were like disorganized, and so you have a different card that had like disorganized tactics, and then they would go and do things.
But the campaign book tells you
what ones to do,
which ones to do, but it just added to the theme. And then the other thing is when you play cards, so when you do your action, you're gonna play a card down onto your play mat, and it's like, and so that all of your actions have sort of this cooldown. So if you rest, you can slide all your cards to the left, and when they fall off the end of the thing, you get it back to your hand. Okay. And there's also like, I don't remember if it was Dan or Bob's character, like had a thing where you're manipulating, like you want to keep one card in your play area.
Right.
And then when you get wounded, Mike, that wound card goes on one of your number slots. And so until it heals, it plugs up that spot. It just does a lot of really neat things.
Yeah,
it's really neat. It was really unique. I really appreciated also like how accessible it felt. Like it didn't feel not to throw not throw Gloomhaven under the bus, right? But I mean like way more accessible than that, right? Because the rules were very straightforward and really easy to understand. Well, Gloomhaven's really neat and definitely does a unique thing with their card system. It's a little bit to kind of get going. Hello, Facebook user. I really love Karen, so I can give her a hard time. Did you know Karen watched one of our shows, Bob?
I feel actually kind of like special, like honored, because she doesn't give a crap about our podcast.
Well, to be fair, she doesn't give a crap about any podcast.
Right. I guess that's a more fair statement. But yeah, that's awesome.
I don't know if that's Karen.
Is it Karen though?
It may not be.
Yeah, you have to tell us, or you have to go back and then click that link and then join back in, and then we'll know who you are.
But it could be a bunch of people. But anyways, I played Rogue Angels. That's the one I'll talk about right now, and then we can just kind of go around and around, right?
Sure.
Bobby, pick one, and don't say Rogue Angels because it was mine.
There goes mine.
Oh, Rogue Angels.
Oh shit, Mike. Go on.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because you said Rogue Angels.
Oh, okay. I got to teach Artemis Odyssey. And that was really good.
Grand Gamers Guild.
Yeah, Grand Gamers Guild. So it's way different than Artemis Project, where Artemis Project, you're like rolling dice and doing dice placement and like collecting those resources. Artemis Odyssey, you've got this track of numbers and everybody has these action cards and they're all like slightly different. You know, they get the same basic actions like production or travel, but either producing something different or traveling someplace different. And you're placing it anywhere you want on this timeline. And then once everybody's placed all their cards and the timeline's full, you resolve them like in order. And just that whole timing of like, and trying to like, oh, I'm pretty sure Spencer's going to try to produce. So I'm going to try to do a build action after he does production. Cause it's one of those things too, where whoever placed the card gets a more powerful version of the action and everybody else gets like a weaker version of the action. And it was really neat. Like I really enjoyed it.
It's really good. Mm-hmm. It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah, that was one I was really interested in.
Mm-hmm. I'll bring it Saturday.
I got some stuff I need to get played.
Strong recommend.
Like that big white box from Awakened Realms upstairs that's untouched.
The which one?
Councils of Burgundy.
Oh,
well, there's another untouched Awakened Realms box over here. It's Lords of Ragnarok.
Yeah,
I got that one too.
Okay, so this is the first time I played this game was during my trip. Also, I recently acquired it used from the Griffin. I was like, wow, that's a good deal, and I've always wanted to play Dinosaur Island Roar and Write.
Oh yeah, how was it?
That is a solid little roll and write game. It's funny because when I was packing for my trip, I packed a lot of games that took up very little space, but some of those are in boxes that are way too big for what they are. Dinosaur Roar and Write is one of those games. It's a deck of cards, 5 dice, 2 different pads of paper, and a bag to hold those dice, and the box is just stupid big for what it is. So I took a bunch of games and put them in boxes with other games, but we played that game 7 different times on this trip because you can once you get that game down, you can bang out a 2-player game in like 30-40 minutes.
Sure.
And it's got a pretty satisfying like thing that you're building. Like you're using polyominoes to design your park, And after like 2 rounds of collecting the resources off your dice to make attractions and build dinosaur paddocks, you run like a tour through your park, and every building that you get through that you've never toured before gives you excitement. Whereas, also just like Dinosaur Island, every time you actually manufacture or build dinosaurs, whatever they call it, make dinosaurs out of your DNA, you also build excitement. You're working up that track, and that kind of gives you combos. But you've also got like special buildings that you can put in your park. You've got assistants that can give you special abilities that you use money for. And I like it better in Dinosaur Island. But
Well,
I
you don't
made it
like Dinosaur Island. That's a low bar.
Low bar.
Yeah, I know. I'm very
I'll call
lukewarm
you
on
out.
Dinosaur Island to begin with, so that is true. I know Giuliano highly recommends Dulosaur Island, and I'd still love to play that one, but I really like Dinosaur Island. It's got a little bit of polyomino. The combos are there, which I feel like every roll and write needs, but you definitely have to build up to them. You won't get combos like every turn. You'll be like, okay, I get this excitement, and then ching to ching to ching to ching. Like you have to work up to those kind of combos in that game. But I like that one quite a bit. Like at least an 8 for me. I thought it was really solid.
That's cool. Very cool. The next one I'll talk about. Holy crap, so many that we could do. Oh, we just played the Texas Chainsaw Massacre board game from Trick or Treat Studios. And that was super fun. It's really tense. I will say, and I said this in the review when it comes out, but I will say that if you don't play with any of the added objectives or the slaughter mode, it could probably feel a little too easy if you are an experienced gamer that wants a more difficult session, right? Like, if you want to just learn, it's great to just play regular,
learn it.
But then I strongly recommend jacking up the difficulty real quick. Like
that slaughter mode, man, that really ramped up the intensity.
So Mike, it is a bag builder, sir. And what you're doing is there's a set amount of tokens that start in the bag, like a couple Leatherface tokens, which move Leatherface towards you. A few that are like bones, they don't do anything. They just fill up space. And then there's action tokens. So on your turn, basically you get 2 free moves as long as you're not fully injured. And then you draw at least 1 token out of this bag. And you can draw until you get 3 of something. That's like the abbreviated version. But like, so if you draw and it's a Leatherface, well, you can keep going, but the more Leatherface tokens, the more he gets closer to you. And if you draw 3 of them, it like pops down on the board that has the Leatherface thing. And then that makes his move, because there's the more of those that are on his board, the more he moves.
The more spaces he moves at once.
When he goes to move towards you. So it starts out like the first 2 are like one space. But if you cover those, then it's 2 spaces.
3, sir.
Oh, 3, sir. And then it does this weird thing because it goes like 1, 1, 3,
1,
2.
3. Yeah.
It does like a weird thing. Anyways, who cares? What's important though is that
co-op?
Yeah, full co-op. But what you're trying to do is there's all these spaces on the board and they've all got these face down tokens on them. And when you move, you're trying to find a certain amount of gas cans and the keys to this van and then get back to the van. So you need to draw action tokens to be able to do the extra things like pick up items or search in certain locations, which can, make other things happen. You can push characters, either yourself or the bad guys. And but as you're uncovering these tokens, they go in this little barbecue tray and they sit in the tray. And then when the person's done with their turn, they add all those tokens to the bag, pass the bag to the next player. And now they're going to have to draw out of that stuff. And so it's this really fun take on bag building, because you're like, it's almost like Clank, where sometimes you can't help but get Clank. Like you're going to have to take Clank to do things. And it kind of made me feel like that a little bit, where it's like, well, I got to do this and but it's cooperative. And there was definitely times where it's like, I should draw 1 more out of this bag, but if I do, Leatherface might move and it might kill Bob. And, or Spencer. And was it you or Spencer that drew when you shouldn't have? And it like,
Probably both, honestly.
Yeah. There's a few times.
Yeah.
But it was really fun. I really liked it, and it felt very thematic too.
It
so
did.
if you
it felt
if
way
you
more
like,
thematic than I thought it would.
yeah.
And the bag is made out of
Hold on.
it looks like it's made out of like sewn bits of skin together.
Yes, I've seen that. That bag looks awesome.
Yeah.
The hideous bag is what they call it. Oh, so Mike, in slaughter mode, if you play slaughter mode, which is like a harder version of the game, if you draw a Leatherface token, you have to draw another one. You have to draw again. So like normally you could draw one and be like, okay, I'm done. I don't want him to move anymore. But if you play in slaughter mode, if you draw one, you got to draw another one.
Gotta draw another one.
Yeah, and that bit us.
Oh no, I gotta draw another one.
There was one time where we drew 3 because of that. It was pretty wild.
Yeah.
Did you guys review it yet, or just?
Yeah,
play
we
it?
filmed a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did a video on it, and Spencer wrote a how to play. I think he either today or tomorrow is
film that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but we really enjoyed that game. I'm really glad because I really like Trick or Treat Studios anyways. I like those people. And so when they pop out a game that's awesome and I can like jump up and down about, like even better. Yeah. And I can't wait for their Halloween game next month. Ooh, it's gonna be so good. It's designed by Emerson Matsuuchi, who is a very good designer.
Good games.
Yeah, I love every single one of his games.
Yeah, every single one.
Every single one.
Well, isn't it that
it's foundational to my love of board gaming?
The love of the hobby.
Are there 2 Halloween games coming out too? Because Trick or Treat has one, and I think
so he just said Halloween. They're doing
Halloween.
Well,
also, Funko has one.
No, Funko did too. Funko did a chainsaw game at the same time, or Prospero Hall did a chainsaw game at the same time. Trick or Treat did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think they got the rights to Halloween. Also, that would really, really suck. Because, I think they were a little disappointed because I thought that they thought that they had the only ones that had the rights, and then at the same time their game comes out at Gen Con. It sucks. But anyways, I haven't played the Prospero Hall one, but I will definitely say that the Trick or Treat Studios one is damn good. So
I was
strong recommend.
Horror themed games mixed up there that are both relatively new. Let's see. No surprise, I played several games of Splendor Duel. Oh, am I going the wrong direction?
Yeah, you skipped. I was gonna say, but speaking of Spencer, because I did get to teach Spencer the Defenders of the Realm. He hadn't played it before. He came over to hang out, and he liked it. He enjoyed it.
It's classic. I love that game.
It's a great game. So we all sat around, me, Chris, and different Tim, and Spencer, and
time
with it.
I'm not allowed to be in the same area because if I am with the other Tim, we create a fulcrum point in time, and then like
bad things.
Yeah, weird things happen.
Yep. All right, go ahead, Mike.
No, I mean
Splendor
Duel. It's one of my favorite. I ended up rating Sky Team higher than Splendor Duel, but man, those might be my 2 favorite 2-player games right now. I think they're both awesome. There was no question I was bringing both of those games. And in fact, what I did, because I'm a madman and space was a premium, was I put Splendor Duel in the same box with Sky Team. You can also see Gen shown clever right there. There are 3 games in the Sky Team box.
So for everybody playing, Mike is back from Alaska Bingo. You can check off the Mike talks about how many games you fit into one box off of your square. You got that.
Oh, wait, but Tim, this was just one of the boxes that I packed.
Oh, here we go.
Games.
You can now check off Mike double down.
Mike commits to the bit. Check that one off as well. But yeah, I mean, seriously, being able to fit both of those games in one box, I'm like, oh, that'll go in my backpack. That'll take everywhere. Because I love both of those games so much. So yeah, I 4 games of Splendor Duel while I was out there.
Nice.
Thank you, Andrew.
B12. I prefer B6.
Oh, now it's my turn again. Holy smokes. Oh, I mean, we played Sushi Boat again just today.
Yeah.
Really?
Really. Have you played that yet, Mike? Did we play that before you left?
Yeah, I got to review that one. That one was
Yeah,
cool.
Sushi Boat was fun. We taught our friend Greg, who's in from out of town, which is awesome, and all in itself. And then we taught our friend Matt, who is Matt. To Matt's credit, Matt is always down to play games. We just hardly ever do, or when I'm around him, the situation sort of dictates that we're playing party games because the other people I'm with want to play party games. But well, I'll just save that for later. Anyways, yeah, Sushi Boat we played. It was a very close game. I think Bob beat everybody by just 1 point.
Yeah, it was like 17 to 16 to 16 to 16.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Wow.
Yeah.
And I didn't hit a single dang wasabi challenge either.
Nope,
if I could have hit one of them, I would have tied you.
Oh my God.
Well, part of the problem was
mathematically you should have got at least one.
You would think, but the part of the problem is we're like hanging out and we're talking.
Right.
And I was not paying attention to what was going into that hidden area.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Fair.
I had a really good time. It's one of those things where it's like I was playing games with two of my friends that I never play games with, like not those kind of games,
Mm-hmm.
And so for Bob and I to get to do that and hang out a little bit today was super fun.
Yeah. Mike, I talked to you about this a little bit, but I did get to play a couple of games of Blood on the Clock Tower.
Yes, I heard that.
I mean, I don't get all the hype. It's not my cup of tea. I mean, I know I'm not a big social deduction guy, but
you were also probably I want to say since Dan's not here to defend it.
Sure.
But I will say that it sounds like you were kind of put in some situations that were not going to optimize your experience.
Okay.
How so?
We played the basic scenario twice.
Throw people under the bus. Also, though, maybe the game master should have been more selective with who or how they were doling out the roles instead of maybe just doing it random. Right. Because I feel like when you've got, I would say like if I'm playing with a group of people that I know everybody is just cool and loose and likes that sort of thing, random's great. If I'm trying to get Bob to play a game that I don't think he's going to like, or that, he's been reluctant to play, what I would do is try to at least provide the best experience possible. Like, hey man, look, it's not even rigging the game because
so as good as the imp. Let him be the imp.
Yeah. Don't throw somebody in either give you a role that I think you would either be good at or simple to let you get your legs underneath you so that then you could really kind of get some of the experience.
Yeah. What roles did
I agree,
you get?
Andrew, most.
You remember?
Most of them do. I was the monk one time. So I was protecting people. And then I was
Were you like the washerwoman or something?
Huh?
Were you the washerwoman or something? I forget. You were you were a bad guy. Second time.
The very first time, we didn't even play the whole game because a bunch of people showed up, so we just started over. And I was the Scarlet Woman.
Oh,
right.
Yeah.
But then we literally played one night and that was it.
Oh.
But then that one doesn't count. I didn't even write that one down. But then I was the monk the first time, and the second time I was the person that can be either good or bad, depending on what the narrator wants. Like one of the outcasts.
Oh yeah.
I forget what the role was called.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about.
I do. Yeah. And I'm drawing a blank.
But those are the two roles I was, and I don't know. And there's some people that were there that there's this guy Chad, and I've played a bunch of Secret Hitler with him, and he's a riot. And he was there, and man, he got me good. The first time, I totally bought into his shtick and put somebody up for a vote, and it cost us the game. And still, I was just kind of okay, well, that kind of sucks. We just spent an hour gaslighting each other, and now we're done. Yeah. So.
All right, fair. I love that game, but I love social deduction. So
right.
I find it a lot of fun to try to bluff people.
It might be more fun at a big convention where you don't know people, but I don't know. I just don't sitting around for an hour and lying to my friends that seriously. It's one thing if you're like, oh, I have that card. I swear I do. But it's another thing to just go whole cloth, kind of make up a story and outright lie to somebody.
I don't want to play it at a convention with people I don't know. I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think not in depth. I'll play Cult of the Deep with people I don't know.
Sure.
But
that's more of a game,
yeah, but the problem is for to play Blood of the Clock Tower for 2 hours, let's just say, with a bunch of strangers, especially if there's a high body count there, the odds of there being just a fun sucker in the group that I'm then stuck with for 2 hours.
Colin Robinson.
Yeah, I'd rather be in a controlled environment with that sort of thing. If I got to play, if we're playing a Secret Hitler, for example, and there's 10 people, however many people, max player count, and I'm playing with strangers and somebody sucks. Well, the game's over in like half hour, 45 minutes. So who cares? And I'll go play something else. So
yeah,
just
the bigger games can run a little long sometimes.
Yeah.
I like Andrew's philosophy here, and Bob walked away at the perfect time.
Yeah, it's only a lie if you get caught. This is a fun social deduction game. It's over in like 10 minutes, and you're just kind of like fibbing about what cards you may or may not have, and then it's done. Like that's fun. I'll play that over and over again.
I went and bought it.
Nice. Did you finally get it?
Yeah, I did. I did. I meant to get it at Gen Con and then forgot.
I warned you. I told you. It was right.
You did. I don't know why I didn't just buy it when we were walking by the damn thing.
I know.
Whatever.
I tried.
Whatever.
All right, Mike.
What else did I play? I played a few games of Marvel Remix.
I can't find my copy of Marvel Remix. I think I got to buy a new one because I can't find it.
What do you think Mike was playing?
What's funny is I actually have Fantasy Realms, but I really think Marvel Remix is so much better that I bought a copy before we went on this trip because, again, there's so much game and it's just a deck of cards. So it compacted down really easily for my travel.
I-23. That might be too far.
Actually, it went in this other box, which is Joan of Arc drawn right.
Who had G52?
Where'd it go? I don't know. It might still be in my backpack. I don't know.
So did you use that piece of cardboard at all?
Yes, I did actually, because we didn't play games on the bus or the plane.
Okay.
But we did play in our stateroom, which is what they call your cruise ship room. And we did it by stacking 2 stacks of our luggage and putting the cardboard on top of that and just putting that stacked in between our beds. So we actually, we did play some games on that piece of cardboard.
I'm
so
glad
it
it
did
came
come
in
in handy.
Nice.
Yeah. And it's the perfect size to go in my carry-on luggage now. So I'm not just going to get rid of that piece of cardboard. It's it's perfect.
Awesome.
Yeah, Jazz, that is definitely a bingo square. That is definitely a bingo square. Who knows, dude?
Did I forget something?
You forgot what you forgot already.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna again just for a minute, a little background on this. So one of my oldest friends and a very dear friend of Bob's as well. He was our old dungeon master back in the day, and he was one of my first friends. One of the first friends I made when I moved back to South Bend in high school, in my junior year of high school. And thankfully, he has been my friend ever since. But he moved to Raleigh, I don't know, 10 years ago. Ish. And so I've seen him basically this week is the second time I've seen him in like 10 years. And I took days off of work to hang out. He crashed at Bob's house, or he's crashing at Bob's house. And but so Greg and I used to play Warhammer back in the day, which is a tabletop skirmish game, this and that. But I knew that Greg played God Tier, and I have a bunch of God Tier stuff because I traded for Bob for it. And I really, really, really love skirmish games. And Bob does too, to be fair. Like out of our group, it's like Bob and I are the guys that
skirmish guys.
If we're gonna sit down and play a skirmish game, right? It's us. But I was like, Greg, you got to teach me how to play God Tier while you're in town. And so Greg taught me how to play God Tier today. And we just played a very simple version, like one champion, versus one champion. So it's sort of a faster version because we had other things, that we were going to do and stuff. But man, I was really impressed with how easy it was to learn and how interesting the strategies are. And then it's going to get ramped up when we add the
extra
when
champions.
you roll in with 3 champions instead of just 1. And it also makes me really like excited for Guardians of Atlantis, even though I know that that's way down the road still, like as far as Kickstarter funding goes, or backing or filling goes. But God Tier was really good. I really enjoyed it. There's our boy Jim. What's up? Oh, Jim, I was showing off your art to Greg too, because he's a big role playing RPGer, and I was like, oh, do you recognize this style of art? And because I had told him a little bit about you, and he's like, oh yeah. So we are going to retake that photo this weekend, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Mike, we never retook the photo. We waited for you.
We did.
Ooh.
So we got to do it.
Did you forget that?
Okay. No, I didn't. I was like, if I'm not there Sunday, then it would have to be Saturday.
Right. And
Sure.
Also just shout out to Jim, because he's got a game coming to Kickstarter very soon, which we'll be talking about. It is Zombie. Are you gonna get it out? You gonna get out, Bob? Do you have it? Did it end up in your house? Oh yeah, hell yeah. Look at that. Look at that bad boy.
Yeah.
Nice.
That art.
Oh
Phenomenal.
yeah.
Yeah, it's badass. It's really amazing. And I can't wait. Bob and I actually, we played the game that we have a video, I think. I don't know if that video dropped yet. Did it drop? There's so many dropped like right after Gen Con. It'd be a shame if it doesn't, because it was really fun. It was really mean. I love when somebody that doesn't know, especially if it's like me and Bob, if somebody doesn't know us and they're like, well, I don't know how mean you guys want to be to each other. We're like, oh, just take the gloves off, man.
Yeah.
Take the gloves off and let's just go.
Tim, turn around. I need my knife back.
Yeah. Oh, this one?
Yeah. Thank you.
So it was super fun. He was a great sport. And then I think he even loosened up and got into it once he saw like Bob, like, oh, it's cool. I can be a dick, you know, like, let's go. Yeah. And that's what you're supposed to do in games like that. And I really enjoyed it. And again, the aesthetic and the art and like the whole vibe of it. Oh, it just felt really good and unique. And
people are like a limited resource because there's only so many people left alive.
That's really cool concept. Yeah. Really cool concept. So, but yeah. So, anyways, Bob, your turn. Okay. I talked about God Tier. It's great.
Okay. Well, I thought you were going to go to this one. Talking about party games and hanging out with Matt and them.
I was going to save this for you, but yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. Yeah. We played the crap out of some catchphrase. Like it was old school 1994 version with the little thing and you're hitting the side and you're passing around, but oh my gosh, we were cracking up and laughing.
Which one is catchphrase?
It's just, you see this little disc and it has like one little window on it and it's got a word or a phrase and you're trying to get your teammate to say it. And you can like do gestures and you can kind of like, say whatever you really want to say to try to get them, except for, obviously parts of that word, and try to get them to say it. And then once you're done, you hit the side and you pass to the next person. There's this timer that's going, and it's a random amount of time. So sometimes it feels like it's going forever, but then sometimes it's like over really quick. And if you get stuck holding it, the other team's going to get points. And oh my gosh, dude, we laughed and put so hard at that.
There was one part where I laughed so hard I thought I was going to throw up. Like I literally was near throwing up. I was laughing so hard.
Trying to make jokes, and then the buzzer would run out on him, and he's like, "Damn it!"
We're like, Matt, just play the game.
Play the game, dude.
Oh my gosh!
Luckily, he wasn't on our team, so it was fine.
No doubt. Bob and I kept winning. It was probably not fair.
No.
It was lose though, because if Bob is one of those guys that like on games like that, if we need to be like in sync. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say that there's a 90% chance that we are going to get things like that on the first clue or two.
Yeah.
Because we just share a brain sometimes. And then, so the inverse of that though, is if I was on Matt's team, it would have been the same thing. Mm-hmm. Like, I mean, it's just the benefit of being, in somebody's, brain. Circle for 20 plus years. And, and then did I share? Oh, I didn't share the pictures in that Discord, but I shared it in a different Discord. We also then played two rounds of telestrations after dark.
Yep.
And I took a bunch of pictures of the drawings and did not disappoint. Now we only had 4 people, so it wasn't
right now. It is crazy.
It didn't get to go off the rails near as much as it does when you're doing like a 12-player game, which is what's up. But but it went fast, and we all had a good time. And there was lots of horrible drawings and weird stuff, and lots of
Did you have
giggling.
pants on while you were playing Telestrations?
I did.
Or trousers?
Shorts,
The
maybe.
trouser. Bob, trousers.
Oh, trousers. Gotcha.
Was
I
it
just kind of snuck that one in there, didn't I?
Yeah.
Trouser snake was one of the
That was
things.
Greg and his trouser snake.
Yeah, it was drawn very
It
well.
was drawn very well.
Mike,
Wait, how do we spell what, James?
Yeah.
trouser snake.
Trouser snake?
Trouser.
Telestrations?
Yeah. Aaron's right. I might have been wearing pants, but none of my drawings did.
Yes, 100%.
Well, he saw the horny toad I drew. I think I shared that.
Oh,
one.
horny toad. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I
was
shared that.
definitely horny.
Oh, twowzers. Wow.
I remember that one now.
Wowza snakes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Toozers. It's what Mike is not wearing when he
That's
does his
when
lives.
he's doing live streams.
I'm wearing a onesie instead, so
Oh god.
instead of a twosie.
No, wait. No, real quick. Mike, did you send Evan a link to the StreamYard so that when he can pop in when he's ready?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure before it got to like 9:30 and we're like just
Where's
still
Evan?
doing this. And like, oh, Evan's gonna come. It's not even 9 yet, but I just
yeah.
want to.
No, also double checking Facebook messages where I sent that to him, and I don't see anything. So
Okay, no, you're good, man. You're good.
Let's see. No, like I said, I played a lot of games that don't take up a lot of space. So yeah, I played Ganshon Clever several times. While I
Yeah,
was
great
gone.
game.
I just absolutely love that game. Spoiler here, it's an honorable mention for this list. I love the app Ganshon Clever.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
played a lot of the app of Ganshon Clever. I just really like the simplicity. It's a Wolfgang Warsch game. It's got great combos. It plays quickly. Every game is a little different just based on the role. I
Mhm.
really like the mechanic of you can't just take the high dice because you lose all the dice that are lower than the die you take. So you got to start by taking lower die and then end your
That's
turn
clever.
taking the higher dice. That is pretty clever, Bob, and that was a very clever response as well. If Tim were to say it, that would be twice as clever. Oh, there you go. So Ganshon Clever, I love that game.
All right. Well, I won't jump. I'll talk about a different game. We played a really fun game I got for review from Mayday Games yesterday. And it's really cute. It's really light. I can't wait to play it with even higher player count.
Palette cleanser.
Yeah, but Ahoy Kitten.
Yep.
And what you have is there's these little discs that you're going to put out on the table, and you're going to put fish on them. And then what's going to happen is then everybody there's not enough for everybody. So we were playing 3 players. There was 2 discs. They each had 2 fish. What you do is you hold your hand up, you go 1, 2, 3, and you point to one of the things with fish on it. And if you're the only one pointing at it, you get the fish. If somebody else is pointing at it along with you, you don't get the fish. But if you get the fish, it goes on your little player board in front of you. And then, yay, in future rounds, you can point to, all right, Mike, you can point to your, you can
How do
point
you know
to,
that was me?
yeah, come on. Because Bob's got a handful of, but if you've got like a bunch of fish on your own player board, somebody could point to your player board and take your fish, but you could also, instead of pointing, you could cover your board and then not let you lock your fish up. The game is super fast. That's basically all the rules. It plays very quick, but it's really fun. It's almost like it's almost rock, paper, scissors, as in like you can counter people. You're trying to mind game where people are going to go, where they're going to point, what they're going to do. It was super fun, really cute. Plays really fast.
Yeah, it's a great no stepping on the keyboard.
Andrew, this is like my second pour already. I'm about to kill this bottle. My goal was to kill a bottle.
I had a 4-finger pour to start with. This is my second pour.
And me buffering Nick's is the free space.
That's awesome. Yeah, that always happens. So it's just the free space in the middle.
It is.
Yeah. No, I was going to talk about Ahoy Kitten. I liked it. It's a good little palette cleanser. 10, 15 minutes of just kind of pointing, trying to guess who's gonna point where and stuff.
Man, super fun. I could play it with my kid. You could play that game with anybody too.
Anybody.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll talk about, we played Vigilante with the new Hidden Motives expansion.
Live on Kickstarter.
Live on Kickstarter right now. Yeah, but it was a lot of fun. Like, it adds like layers, and it gives you like an ongoing ability plus either like a once per round or once per game ability that you can do also. And like anytime you can add in like asymmetrical player powers like that, I'm in. And that's like a social deduction game that I don't really mind, you know, like, because it's not the crux of it per se, because you're still working towards your own kind of mission. You're just also trying to make sure you're thwarting other people by figuring out like what they are. But then also like in that the Hidden Motives, there's a option in one of the scenarios where you get to pick your alliance instead of just being dealt it. And so there could be a chance where there's no good guys. You know?
Yeah.
And so it was
which
fun.
was basically our scenario.
Yeah, we had 2 evil guys and a neutral guy. So
yeah, it was really good. Did not disappoint. It kind of reminded me how much I like Vigilante, and then that expansion that's on the Kickstarter right now is just one that I would auto include every time because it adds nothing to the teach.
Yeah, and like it also gives you more card drawing, which really helps you like play the game more.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, drawing cards in that game is crucial. I got to play it at Origins with Reed, like watching the game, and just his enjoyment of us enjoying his game was a great experience.
Yeah, and he's a great dude anyways.
So speaking of having, 3 neutral people and 1 good guy, let's add 1 good guy to this conversation.
Let's
and that's Evan Halbert. What's up, buddy?
Hey.
Hello.
Welcome.
Can y'all hear me?
Welcome, sir.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Oh, good. Perfect. Hi, everybody.
Now, everybody here, they've been waiting for Evan to sing tonight. So it's just like Evan karaoke all night. He is a singer, an actor, a chiropractor. What don't you do? It's a shorter list, right?
I don't host parties.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
He just shows up to him. He is the party.
Yep.
You don't have to host the party when you are the party.
Yeah,
exactly.
What did I miss?
Welcome.
What's going on? Bob's here. Good to see you.
I'm here. Hey, yeah, right. Good to see
surprised.
you too.
Aren't you normally working?
I'm supposed to be. Well, I actually took a vacation day. Our friend Greg is in town. He's staying at my house. And then plus I know that you're gonna be on, so it's like let's just take Wednesday off.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Bob, now's your chance to be like, oh, I heard Evan was gonna be on the show. I had to call off work so I could be on with him.
Well, I pre-planned it. Yeah.
Next to Grandma screamed bingo when I made a pun. Is that when that happened?
Yeah.
So Evan, we introduced the topic, but you were the one that the topic. So why don't you go ahead and tell us why you picked this topic? Because we always let our guests pick. So
why?
How come?
Pick the topic. Because nothing else came to mind.
It's a great reason.
And I don't think I've ever seen anybody else do this list. Which is always, like you always see like the same hit lists over and over and over and over again. So I was like, what's something that I haven't seen? Not to say that somebody else hasn't done it, but
no, but they're not going to do it as well as we are about to.
I mean, exactly.
Right.
But I haven't seen it, which means I'm not copying.
That's right.
That's a great idea. We like originality, of course. I think it's one we've talked about doing, but never had a date on. So I love the idea, especially since I've kind of been diving back into some website-based games that may or may not make this list.
Nice.
Hey, that's a question. What is Evan drinking?
Yeah.
I'm drinking. It's not whiskey with an E. It's whiskey without an E.
Yeah.
So it's
Canadian.
Ballantine.
It has an extra A.
I have whiskey without an E.
Yeah.
It's
whiskey
but that's not what I'm
E
drinking.
Has to come from the US.
Yeah.
It's like from that.
The E for
and then bourbon has to come from Kentucky. If you ask anybody from Kentucky.
Right.
Well, yeah.
I've got Ballantines in here I found some random mixers up above the fridge.
Yes.
So I put some Saint Germain and a sweet vermouth and then some fancy bitters.
Ooh.
Sounds fancy.
I named my first ice cube I put in here Saint Roger, And the second one I put in is only slightly
Makes
bitter.
sense.
So that was my mixers.
Nice.
Not all the
No
jokes are
ice.
going to land. Not all
so
the
yeah.
jokes are gonna
Wow. Somebody tilted the plane too far in one
I'm
direction.
workshopping these things here. It's for open mic night later.
I actually, what's funny is you mentioned karaoke. If we wanted to get into it, I do have a karaoke story from the trip.
Oh.
Actually, we don't have to get
I'm
into
in.
it now, but
We'll say-
I
we'll
did
say-
do some karaoke while I was on the cruise ship.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Bourbon.
All right, so we're gonna jump into this topic now that our guest is officially with us.
Sure.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I did
All
more
right.
research than I should have.
Oh wow.
My
Yes.
research was I went to my iPad and I looked at all the digital board games I have,
Yeah.
and I wrote down almost all of them, except for one that isn't supported anymore, which is a real bummer.
Yeah. I
I
have
have one of
too.
those.
We
Yeah.
probably have the same one, Bob. That's not
Probably.
supported anymore.
Mhm.
Is it a
well, I
Space
just
Cowboys
found-
game?
Yes.
Yeah.
I just
Oh,
found
wait,
out
damn
that
it.
something that I thought was no longer available or supported is once again available.
Oh,
Help. Oh,
Nice.
it's not that one, Bob. I tried.
okay. I was like, let me load it up. Hold on.
Did anyone have that on their hipster bingo card?
All right. So, how do you guys want to do it? You want to start from 5s to 1s?
Yeah.
5 to 1. We'll work our way to our number ones.
Yep.
And I think we'll start with Bob and go
That's
clockwise.
what I was going to say. Start with Bob. Perfect.
Yeah.
Listen.
All right, Bob.
Mike,
Give
you've
us
been replaced by
your-
Evan. Evan's already had your ideas,
Oh,
so
well.
you've been replaced.
All right. This
All
has
right.
been fun,
One
guys.
good idea is all it takes to be a host.
I'm going to
That's
return to the Pacific Northwest where Evan's speaking from.
Exactly.
Hey, no, you can't go there. That's where Evan is. You got to go somewhere else.
Yep.
He's already claimed the whole
I
area.
He's
like
already
how you
claimed
guys are backed by a bunch of published board games, and I have bits and bobs and cubes and
Like a scythe or something back there.
game design noblins.
Yeah, because we're hacks and have to buy them. You can actually
well,
make your own games.
right.
I mean,
All
to
right.
be fair, most
I
games
guess
that
that
are in the
means-
middle of design are nowhere near as good as published games.
Sure. I'm sure I own a couple that are probably worse than your half designed games because
It could be.
they might
It
be
could-
half
it's
designed.
possible.
You probably rated it a 10. Oh.
Settle down there, Bob.
10.
I probably went on rants about those games on one of these streams.
Hold on, let me call your work real quick. Hey, yeah, he's not sick.
I will be tomorrow. We'll see.
Oh, Bob's over there.
Hey, Mike,
Okay.
you going to roll that bean footage?
Yeah.
I will. Let's start with Cinco.
All right, Bob.
I like that.
Bab.
All right. Mine. Number 5. Implementation digitally. Raiders of the North Sea.
Okay.
There's actually an app for that you can get like on your tablet or your phone, and it plays really well. You can get through the game super quick, and I really enjoy that game. Shem Phillips, right? Placing a worker, taking actions, picking up a worker, and doing some stuff. Like there's just so much going on. I like it, and it's done really well. Plays just like the board game would. So, yeah.
Nice.
I mean, all those North Sea games, well, actually most of the Shem Phillips games, I should say, are just all unique in their own ways. And yeah, I really enjoy Raiders. So.
Yeah. Placing workers, taking names.
Yep, that's right.
There you go.
Does it have all the expansions with it?
I don't know if it has all the expansions or not. It does have. I think it has some. I don't know if it has all.
They might do a thing sometimes where, I mean, depending on the game and where you're getting it, is sometimes there's like pay X amount, like pay $2 and get the expansion. Pay because there's a few of those.
Yeah, you can get the
Oh,
base
so
game for
we're-
one amount, pay a couple more bucks, get the expansion.
Right.
And so that we're clear on format, you're talking about iOS App Store, right, Bob?
Correct.
Yeah, gotcha. Actually, what's funny, Andrew, is I did say scythe, and it's because I thought that wooden thing behind Evan next to his door and behind his head looks like a scythe to me.
Correct.
I'm seeing
Yeah,
the
it does.
scythe open.
It does kind of look it right.
But
So I did say that.
But I think Andrew was more like, was it on your list yet?
Right. I know. That's what's funny about it. He was
It's a walking
foreshadowing.
stick, man.
Well, considering Mike hasn't gone yet, I'm going to say no, he hasn't said it.
Right.
But thanks for joining us, Andrew.
Why aren't we playing Digital Side right now? Because it's overrated.
We're live streaming.
Wow.
That's
Tim?
you. What?
Oh, look, Tim got muted. Oh no, what happened?
I know. Oh man, there's so many to choose. You want me to go now, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's go with a game that probably wouldn't want to play IRL anymore. But I used to play it. But I like playing it on the app because it goes faster.
Made me think of something.
And this isn't what people would call a great game, but it can be a fun game. It's very luck based. But I have on my iPad Talisman. I can play Talisman. Got the characters. You're going around the board. You're doing the thing, but it's peppy when you're just playing on the app and you're just playing against some other people. It's a guilty pleasure. When I used to deliver bulk cryogenic liquids to places, and you hook up the tank, you turn on the pump, and I get my iPad out, and I would either read or I'd be playing, games. And I played so much Talisman, just standing next to a truck while
dangerous liquids went zooming by.
well, it's just oxygen or carbon dioxide or nitrogen or argon. They were cold. They were in liquid form. Yeah. But
So just a couple highly flammable ones.
no. Never did it with propane.
Well, I mean, I've seen Demolition Man. I know what that kind of stuff can do to a man.
And yeah.
But do you know what the 3 seashells are for? That's
No. Well, I don't know.
that's the question.
I got to go and swear at the thing and
Yeah.
tear them all off so I have toilet paper. But yeah, it's really good. Talisman. It's the best way to play that game.
Similar question, Tim. Does
Yes.
it include expansions?
Yeah. 1 minute, Turkish. Let's see. I'm in the choose your character part because I was looking at it. Go back. Restart. Oh, I'm in the tutorial. But yeah, you can get extra stuff for it. Extra things because the old Talisman or OG Talisman, like all the expansions just add like another board around the board to make the game even longer. And which is what Talisman needed. But yeah, there's things you can do with it. But yeah, really fun for Talisman. I mean, it's not the greatest game ever, but I enjoy it quite a bit, especially that version.
Yeah.
And playing it that way.
Yeah.
Edward, I honestly think that digitally would be the only way I play Legendary anymore. I hate sorting all those cards at the end. I don't like it.
I don't mind it. I
It's
find
so
it
small. And there's, give me an icon or something that's easy to see.
what you do. The issue you have is when you're playing like the Alien Legendary and you've got to break down the scenarios into the different things. If you're just playing like Marvel Legendary, it's really easy. All the Spider-Man cards over here, all the Iron Man cards over here, all the Devil Dinosaur cards over here, whatever, you're good. Just saying.
All right.
Yeah. Talisman. I haven't played that in many years.
I tried to go, check off Tim being a hipster on your bingo card.
All right.
Tonight.
Anybody had hipster douche? Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
I try to appreciate the games for what they were, and like and for what they are. Just like it's a good time with friends.
That's it. I'm sitting at the table hanging out with people.
When it's being
or
ridiculous,
in this case,
it's being ridiculous and it's funny.
Yes. But in this case, I like it better when I'm not sitting at a table playing with friends and I can ignore people and just look at my iPad.
Yeah,
Tim is
friends are the worst. Friends are overrated. That's true. Okay. So I've got Teotihuacan.
Yeah. Oh, I like them. I haven't played the app version.
Me either.
Well, it's not an app. It's on BGA.
Okay. Still counts.
So I'm old and I don't use apps on my phone for things other than like texting or Facebook. I do have Facebook on there. Mm-hmm. But I'm an old man and I don't understand how to do that stuff. So it's all on the computer. So things like BGA and Yukata and stuff like that.
I'm old and don't understand those things. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, think about Gen X, right? So we adapt quickly to technology like millennials, but we get mad about it like a boomer. Yeah.
That sounds right. So on BGA, I've played, 15 games in the last, I don't remember what it says, like how it does the stats, but I played 15 games and I won 6 of them for a 40% win rate at various player counts.
Nice.
My high score was 196. My average score was 146. And I have an ELO of 237. I don't know what some of those numbers mean, but I did the research.
I mean, I like Electric Light Orchestra as much as the next guy, so it's impressive.
Right?
Wow.
Did they do that one? I think they did.
And if they didn't, they can because they're ELO.
Right.
Yeah, I appreciate you even saying the name of that game, so I have a better idea on how to pronounce it correctly.
Teotihuacan, City of Gods.
That's so hard.
I have no idea if I butchered it or not, but it sounded good.
We're gonna go with it.
But you say it with such confidence that I believe.
That's what matters.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it. People don't realize how unconfident I am just because my voice sounds confident. So I just say a thing and people are like, he's probably right.
Yeah, it sounds like he's right. Yeah.
But I'm probably not.
He's like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah. That's all of us constantly. That's the beauty of being on a YouTube channel is it's like we put this bravado out there and then we get off and we're just like shriveled.
The air of cultural authority leaves.
Yeah. Yeah. We know what's good.
I have a nice microphone. Yeah.
Right. I spent money on this microphone, which means I'm more right than you.
Yeah, your microphone is nicer. Therefore,
I've needed to play this game for so long. A dice placement Ticini game, like yeah, I haven't had.
Yeah, Mike, it's really fun. I'll never play it with you. I'm just kidding.
It's really good. I
wouldn't want to
understand everything about the game still, because I've actually never played it in person. I've only ever played it on BGA.
Learned it from BGA type of thing.
Yeah, so I still need that in-person play to be like, oh, that's why I care about masks.
Sometimes I do have a problem only playing a game online if I haven't played the physical copy because for whatever reason my brain just grasps it better, like manipulating physical pieces. But
I like to grab onto things. It makes it easier.
Calm down, Bob.
I just played Earth in person for the first time last night.
Oh, right on.
I like Earth.
Yeah, and I was like, because like online, it's just a little different.
Mm-hmm.
Where online do you play Earth? Is it on BGA?
Oh, I think it was on BGA.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's a private server, Mike. You wouldn't know anything about it.
It's friends and family. Sorry,
friends and family only.
Yeah.
Mike's trying to get himself invited to a game of Earth.
Oh yeah.
Welcome back, Mike.
Yeah. Tim admits to being a manipulator. That was
you can mark that on your card. Yeah.
Sounds right.
Yeah. Okay, so I only recently got back into BGA. I originally did the vast majority of my online gaming on Boydaju, and it was because of the gaming selection. Mm-hmm. And when I found those websites at that time, Boydaju had far more games and more of the games that I wanted to play online. So it wasn't until recently that I got back into BGA and started playing Lost Ruins of Arnak.
Yeah.
Oh, I love this game. Mm-hmm. And I am not a big fan of shuffling cards. I find it kind of tedious. So you tell me that this website will shuffle the cards for me? Sign me up. I love it. I mean, it's like my 11th ranked game of all time. I absolutely love this one. I've already finished like 3 games of it since I got back into BGA less than a month ago. And I'm already trying to hammer out as many Arnak games as I can because I love this one so much.
Yeah, I like shuffling.
I'd rather roll dice.
Well, sure, but I don't know. Shuffling's fun. Yeah. I play a lot of Magic, so I'm used to shuffling. Yeah. Every day I'm shuffling.
Every day Bob's shuffling.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, Mike, sign me up for a game of Lost Ruins. I'll do it.
All right. Well, in that case, let me go ahead and open up.
Hold on. Click.
Everyone wait. Wait, please. We're gonna.
Yeah.
I just know I really like the art in Arnak a lot, and honestly, for a retail edition game, the components in that game are just like dynamite.
Yeah.
Whose idea did I steal from to wash the gray tablets? It looks those look fantastic. If you put
I
a
think
little
that
bit of
was
wash
Bob's
on 'em.
idea.
Must have been.
What I do?
But yeah, those gems, those arrowheads,
Mm.
Yeah,
all
they look
just
pretty
really great components. I love the art of the Guardians. Quick little Gen Con story. I did have a short break and I walked around with the Olmsteads, which is Tim's sister and brother-in-law,
Right.
and we went up to the CGE room. I got to watch Julia gush to Min and Elwin, who I met, the designers of
Oh,
this game.
nice.
Humble
Um,
brag.
and yeah, I got to meet them. They were super friendly people, which everybody that designs games is for whatever reason. I haven't met a single
Mostly.
person that designs games besides our guest. No, I'm kidding.
I know a couple.
But they were just really appreciative of us, praising their game. I love that game so much. And Elwin actually, so he had a pin on his lanyard,
Oh,
and they were selling pens, of course, in the CGE table up there, but they weren't the pen that I wanted. And I saw that Elwin had a pin that was one of the Guardians. I was like, oh, that's an awesome pin. Do they have those on the table? He's like, no, they were selling those from last year. He reaches into his pocket and gives me one of these pins. I'm like, okay. And then I had him sign a promo. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. This is awesome. I love that game. And they were just super nice people. I'm glad I can play that online. I will be doing it a lot.
Crazy game.
So that's my 5, Arnak. Let the game shuffle the cards for me. There you go. All right, number 4.
Number 4. So I played the IRL version of this game for 2 years, over and over and over again. I really liked it. Finally, the digital version came out. There's not as many options yet, but Gloomhaven plays really well on computer. So I've got that through Steam. I played with a couple of different friends, played through most of the missions they have on there, and it looks beautiful. It clicks through real easy, and it's just because sometimes when you're playing that, like the setup can take so long because you've got a million tiles you're shuffling through trying to find the right ones, and just not having to worry about any of that. Just click, 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 click. Super nice. Plus, it has a lot of like narration, so you don't have to do a bunch of reading and everything out loud anymore. You let somebody else narrate it. And I really enjoyed the Gloomhaven app they have on there on Steam. So most of my games are Steam, iOS, but most of the ones that are on iOS are also on Windows as well. But it does play really good on Apple, which I appreciate because while I can boot up in Windows, it's kind of a pain in the butt. So anything I can just play normally is great. So
Gloomhaven does play really well on Steam.
Yeah, it does. So
yeah, because it won't let you play wrong. Even better.
Yes. Not that it's not that really difficult of a game, honestly, though. Like, it's sure, I guess, like
you spent 2 years playing it. It doesn't seem difficult to you.
yeah, it's easy now, but
yeah right.
2 years
you
later,
basically have a PhD in that damn game.
The way to learn that game is just go play Jaws of the Lion. Honestly, that's the best tutorial that they made.
For that reason, I made sure that I got that. I just haven't played it yet.
Good.
I haven't played it yet though. But I might just solo it and just do it that way because apparently I like playing a lot of these games in their app form because I don't want to play them with other people. I'm just kidding. But Talisman is definitely maybe one of those. All right. My number 4 is it's an older game, very popular. It is all of my games are on my iPad and some of them can be on my phone. Evan, I am old, but like apps are easy enough for my simple brain to work out. It's like, ooh, download. Okay, done. Got it.
Reminds us that he's old. G7.
G7. That's it. Wait till I remind you that I'm bald. That's coming later.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, so my number 4 then must be also because this game has a hilarious tutorial. Galaxy Trucker. I really enjoy I enjoy that game in real life immensely. I think it is a fantastic and super fun game because again, kind of like what Evan said earlier, where like you're sitting around and having a good time with your friends. Like legit, Galaxy Trucker is a game that is like a beer and pretzels. We're just gonna laugh our asses off and like see how bad this goes.
Mhm.
And the worse it goes, the better time you have,
Yep,
honestly.
yep.
Because you're coming away with a better story. And that game is so much fun. By the end, you almost don't even care about the points. It's like who got through the worst stuff, and everything. And the app
sailed
is
into port with 3 red boxes.
just a cockpit and like one cargo bay.
Yeah.
But man, that game is so fun. The app is very cute and funny. And there's like it's got like scenarios that you go through and you unlock different things and some objectives and missions, and really fun, just a good time, and always a fun time building your ship and then just seeing what happens
What falls
after
off.
that. But strongly recommend Galaxy Trucker. I think it's really good and very light, silly, fun game.
This one was actually one of my honorable mentions. One of the main reasons I've still never played the physical version. Right?
Oh,
The app taught me, and the app's great. It has a fantastic tutorial.
it does.
And the campaign mode that they have works really well. Like
it's really good
gives you
too.
Different challenges to kind of go after. It's been a couple of years since I've played that app, but that is a great choice. I love that app.
Galaxy Trucker was one of my most played games during the period right before we designed After the Empire.
Nice.
And you might notice a similarity.
Oh, because you're
between those two games.
On which side am I getting attacked from?
Right. Pieces of your castle keep falling off.
You're getting set up as best as
Nice.
you can. Trying to mitigate all the possible bad stuff.
Mhm.
And you just watch as everybody's stuff falls apart.
Man, I accidentally trolled Evan with that pick. That's even
No,
better.
that was a huge design of my board game journey.
Nice.
B7, Tim pretends to pander.
Hey, I was talking about how much I like the game before I ever met Evan, okay?
That's true.
Okay. Number 4. I kind of have a theme here. Great Western Trail.
Ooh, own it. Haven't played it yet.
Owned it, haven't played it.
It's
Own it and have played it.
It is.
Shut up, Mike.
So good. It is really hard to learn for, like, the actual gameplay is really simple, but there's so much going on that, like, anytime I'm wandering by in a convention and 2 people are sitting there with like glazed over eyes, and one person with the rule book and the other person's like, I pop a squat and I'm like, okay, let me run you through a turn. It's really simple. Please let me help you play this game. It's awesome. But it's a lot up front. But online implementations can help with that. And this one on BGA is awesome. It does a great job. And let's see, 17 games, 8 wins. That's 47% win rate.
Hey.
ELO 261, average score 82, high score 123.
Man, I didn't know Electric Light Orchestra did a song for that one too. That's cool.
I'm
not going to let that joke go.
It's a Christmas
Evan, are
time
you
special.
a premium BGA member?
I think
Is that
so.
a premium game?
How do you know?
Do you pay
Because
for
you have
it?
access to
How do
Great
you know
Western
if you're
Trail.
premium? I am a premium subscriber.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't pay for it. So no, you're right though. I've played Great Western Trail once and it's a ton up front. And then you get through the game and you feel like you don't know how it works until you do the loop once.
Yeah, you do the
know
loop
what I
once
mean?
and
You get okay. Yeah.
It's not that. Yeah, it's not that hard.
It's really good though, but man, it's been a couple years since I've played it. So even to like revisit it, there's enough there to have to relearn a lot. But it's
I think
it's
mine's still in
fantastic.
shrink.
Same.
Yeah.
Old one or new one?
Old. It's got the old colossal on there and everything. Yeah.
Three Angry Men.
Right. Yeah.
Yep.
It's upstairs. Otherwise, I'd grab it.
You know what's sad, as amazing as that game is, the facial art on that first edition is not great, but
I love
it
it.
was a great game.
I love it. I love Kalis Guy. I love all those grumpy old men.
Hold on. I got to look.
I have the Stronghold version. What's funny is even though I have played it, I didn't play my copy, so that means we have 3 intrigued versions here.
There we go. Oh, that's a new one. Yeah,
Oh, this is a new one. It doesn't even count.
that's too nice. Too nice.
I thought you were a
Intrigue.
hipster, Tim.
There was a lawsuit over that, Tim. Jeez.
Yeah, if Greg wasn't upstairs, I'd run up and grab my OG one, but I don't want to interrupt his meditation time.
Yeah.
He gets cranky if he doesn't finish his meditation time.
Yeah. What's really weird is if he's meditating while watching this.
That's right.
I mean, it's probably Evan. I get it, but still weird.
right.
bother me while I'm cleaning my room.
Calm down there, Dewey.
Yeah, it almost is. It's a little, Okay, so my number 4, this is my only Steam entry. I only downloaded this summer. And I learned it from the app once again. And this is another game that involves a lot of card shuffling. So it takes out a lot of that, and that's Mystic Vale. I really enjoy this one. It is such a unique take on deck building too, because that is really that game where he invented the card crafting mechanic, and it's so clever.
John D. Clare.
It is, and I love
say,
this
I
guy.
declare.
John D. Clare.
I say, look here, boy. You're going to craft some cards.
I love Ready, Set, Bet and Cubitos, and I love this one. It was funny because this is the one that kind of put him on the map, but this is the one I played more recently than some of those other ones. And
wasn't Space after that one?
Yeah.
I think it
was.
was.
Space is after Mystic Vale.
I'm
think.
pretty sure it was.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I think
By
you're
like a
talking
year or two.
I definitely played
18
Mystic
and
Vale
18, they were
first.
close.
Yeah.
They were close. And of course, now he's got a few games that use that card crafting, like the
Edge of Darkness.
Yeah, Edge of Darkness.
I have that in
uses
Shrink.
It's good.
And even
crunchy.
that pirate game, Dead Reckoning, uses it too.
Oh, okay.
I've played Custom Heroes, and I enjoy that one. That one's kind of a trick-taking small card game. That one's got that as well. But Mystic Vale is just such a unique take on deck building, and I like how you buy a card and it's one third of a card. So you can add it to another 1/3 of a card, and now you've got combos created on the same card, and that just takes deck building and adds a really interesting extra layer to it. I love that it's very easy in this game to play your whole hand in a turn, and it is so fulfilling because playing your whole hand in this game is sometimes you're drawing 16, 17 cards on one turn, and it's amazing when you get all that stuff to proc on one turn. Mystic Vale is great, and again, I learned it from the Steam adaptation, so enjoy it a lot. I really want to buy the physical copy, but I want all the expansions because I bought them on Steam, so I have to get like everything for it when I get it. So yeah, that's a really good one.
I can't believe I've never played that game. Like I've heard it mentioned so many times. I've met John D. Clare, and he's another one of those like just awesome, super nice people. Where you're like, oh, you're just an awesome, super nice person. I still need to play that game.
Yeah. Have you tried the Edge of Darkness at all?
No, I haven't played that either.
No. It's neat about that because you're crafting the card to make it stronger, but then also all the cards go into like a communal deck, and then sometimes they come up as monsters. So the stronger you make that card, the monster on the backside is going to be even stronger, and then you're going to fight that monster to get that card back again. Yeah, it's really neat.
That's clever. I like that.
Yeah.
No, I think my first one was Space, and then Ready, Set, Bet, and then I played what's it called? End of Empire? Empire's End.
Empire's End. That's it.
Yeah. No, it's after the Empire.
Before.
That's what I almost said.
It's well after the Empire.
Well after.
I'm not going to lie. I get those two
just
confused.
Before the end of the Empire. It's Empire's End.
Yeah, but Beyond the Sun.
Just before after the Empire.
Return of the Empire, please. Yeah. One mechanic that's cool about Mystic Vale is that it's kind of like a nature theme, sort of druid sort of theme, where you have these certain cards you draw that have these red spoil icons on them. Well, as soon as you draw 3 spoil icons, like your hand is canceled. You can't play. So there's this push your luck mechanic of, well, I've got 2 spoils in my hand. Do I draw another card?
They redid that in like Living Forest, right? They did that kind of mechanic.
I didn't play Living Forest, but
What
I
up?
haven't either.
I know
actually.
him.
Yeah.
What up?
Yeah,
I guess I don't have to say it if I type it, huh? Okay. All right.
That's
I'm
fine. You
getting
can
out
do
this
both.
whole thing
He's got you
first.
muted, you know?
Yeah, you actually get to draw as many cards as you want in that game. You continue to draw until you say, "All right, I'm going to pass," or "I'm going to keep drawing until you spoil and dead hand." So that's why sometimes
Yeah.
you can get these
cool.
icons that'll cancel those spoil
Mhm.
icons, and that's where you end up drawing your entire hand and throwing 17 cards on the table. It's pretty wicked. It's a great mechanic.
Nice.
Cool.
So there you go. All right, that's our number 3. We'll move
That was
to
4. We're on 3 now.
Quattro.
My goodness, I'm just skipping numbers, just like I skipped time when I came back. Ha ha ha.
Hey, who had Mike? Mike
uh,
gets the wrong banner up on their bingo card because
No, it's still the
Yeah,
right.
right. You can go ahead and mark off Mike's on wrong number.
B2.
I-40.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Number 3.
Number 3. Well, I don't know if Sleeveless is still in the chat or not, but Scythe is a
Put some sleeves
fantastic
Are you?
digital implementation on Steam. I play the crap out of some Scythe. I can't play my physical copy because of it's in limbo right now with the campaign mode. So to get my fix, I load up Steam and I play it on there. It plays great. You can play a game in like half an hour and just click, 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 and it's fantastic. And then even lets you go back. With some of the games that I play, they don't let you like if you actually click the wrong thing, you're like, too bad you clicked the wrong thing. But as long as you don't like draw a new card or get any new information, it'll let you like back it up a little bit and like redo it. So that's good. But yeah, I really like Scythe. And it even has an option on there because apparently there's like a couple of ways to like break it, right? There's a super OP if you like pair certain countries with certain like things, and you can like click on an option to ban that type of a combination so that nobody gets the broken one. But yeah, Scythe is a great game, great art, and the digital version of it is also great. So yeah, if you like it, check it out. Yeah.
There was a time frame where I couldn't really get into digital games really at all. And I say this because Scythe is one of my favorite games. I've played the physical version like 25 times, but still have not played the Steam version, even once.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I need to. It'll get me playing the game. I love the game. So
yeah.
Maybe this is a good discovery here. I need to play that one.
It's a fantastic game for sure.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Bobby.
Yeah.
Boys. So earlier somebody talked about not wanting to liking a game, but the setup can be sort of a pain, a little laborious.
There he is.
There's Winston. That's Bob's better half right there.
I love it.
But yeah, this is an awesome game. It's super hard. It's very easy to lose, and it can be really fiddly at times, but I really love the game. That is Sentinels of the Multiverse. The digital version of this game is really good. You can buy the extra characters and all that stuff. But even just playing base game against base game villains and base game locations, Sentinels of the Multiverse is awesome. I have the big Omniverse box or whatever before they did the reprint.
Multiverse.
And, Multiverse box. Yeah. Thank you. I wasn't sure if Marvel had a trademark on that or not. Anyways.
Only in some verses, not all of them.
Yeah. Multipass. Anyways.
The several verse.
Yeah.
The several verse.
Some verse.
But yeah. Sentinels of the Multiverse, really, it's a great game anyways. I love it. It's a game that I'll always have. It's a super difficult co-op, and I really enjoy it.
A little fiddly, but it's good.
Right. So if you play on the app,
no fiddle.
Yeah, it takes out all that bookkeeping.
Mm-hmm.
It is a great game. It was
the
one of my
biggest point about
games.
this is Tim and I talked about it earlier. Is they released this multiverse box, and then they redid all the art and all the game and everything else. It's like, really? I just bought this huge box for this game and redo it all.
Yeah.
And I have most of the characters. I don't have all of the single packs,
right?
But I've got a lot of them.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite things from there is I don't know if you guys ever read Name of the Wind at all, but there's a character Kvothe, and it's got the one side is his like the tale he's telling of himself, like growing up and being this like arcanist, and then when you flip it over, it's him who's telling the story of the innkeeper and whatnot, and it's just a great little homage to those books.
So the characters in the game.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah, he's one of the heroes you can be.
Mm.
So when you die, how you flip the card over, you're not quite out, you still have an ability. And the art is on the one side, he's the the 6-string adept and he's doing stuff, but then when you flip him over, he's just the innkeeper and he's wiping down the bar and whatnot. So
telling his old war stories.
Yep. So it's pretty awesome.
We have a lot of characters in there that are very clearly influenced by other universes.
For
real. All right.
What you got, Evan?
Oh, wait, hold on. I should say my win rate on that is, I don't know, 73%, and my ELO is like 143. I think those are the stats that Evan's giving out.
Something like that.
Yeah, I just want to feel like I was part of that.
I love that BGA keeps track of all that for you. That's awesome. I'm really gonna have to start getting into that because that's just something I don't do a lot of. Like I play on Steam on my computer, but I could take my tablet to work. Yeah.
Well, I was
pretty sure that's Mike.
You guys were gonna write down, or I had to get all the stats, and now I have all the stats, and I'm not gonna not too long writing them down.
Right.
Okay, for 3. Angry people on cover, continuing the theme. Concordia.
Oh yeah.
Bois d'Anjou, Concordia.
Yes.
You can log back in, and it's back online, and I think you can actually still play games on it because it was off for a while.
Okay.
Was it? I took a break from that website for many years.
No, I think it got crashed from like hackers or something.
Wow.
But now it's back up. So I went in and I looked at my stats. Bois d'Anjou, 20 games played, 15 wins, 75%.
What?
High score 169.
What?
My rank.
That's
it shows your rank on Bois d'Anjou. My rank is number 23.
It's on iOS.
I have never heard of anybody getting 169 in Concordia. You just blew my mind.
My ELO is 1878 on that one.
I've never heard of a score that high.
Now, will this teach me how to play?
I use the same strategy every time. I don't know.
Which is?
I don't buy any cards until like the very end because I don't think card buying is very powerful until the end. I use it only for score, basically, unless you're buying diplomats,
right,
or consoles, or some of the high-scoring ones that like match what else you're doing. I basically don't buy any cards until it's like province time in Dominion when it's the run on provinces.
Right. Yeah. Because there's definitely that's one thing Tim and I talk about Concordia all the time because I think it's the greatest game ever made. It's just
really freaking
simple. Good. It's elegant. It does every mechanic works off of other mechanics. Everything you do affects other players. Timing is really relevant. I just love what that game does. And I have played it on Bois d'Anjou as well. But we talk about that game so much, I left it as an honorable mention. And I was hoping you would mention this one on Bois d'Anjou. Yeah. I'm really happy that you did.
It's so awesome. Freaking good. And I've never even played it in person. Wow.
It's one of my all-time favorite games. I'm so excited because it just made me look up to see that there is a digital app available on iOS for Concordia.
Nice. I heard there's a Steam version, and I bought it and I haven't tried it.
There's an Android version too. Question though, do you like playing with all of the expansions? That would be Salsa and the forums.
Is Salsa the one that comes with Salt?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I'm ambivalent about Salt. I don't mind if it's there. I don't mind if it's missing. What was the other one?
The forums. Those are the ones that when you play your Tribune card to reset your hand, you get a bonus action from them.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, it's like I don't think it's integral to the game. I don't think it has to be there, but it does add that fun little element to the tribunes,
Sure.
which is otherwise a bit of a feel bad play usually.
Gotcha. Yeah, I know. I always like trying to set up being able to build a colonist when I play that Tribune card, so it feels better when I have to play it.
Right. Where you're like, man, I just need to draw my cards again. Dang it.
Yeah. But
guys look at
I've had an
colonists?
experience. I like the forums. There's one starting forum that allows you to trade 3 different goods every time you use the Mercator card. And I feel like that one is incredibly strong.
It's so good.
I don't know if there's another starting forum card that's as powerful as that one, and that's my only hesitance with using the forums.
The extra storage, the 4 extra storage spots.
Yeah.
Is also like a lot of them are
That's a good one.
very good. Hey, we're all drinking, Mike. Come on now.
No one is
You know
drinking.
us.
We're all drinking. What
This
is
my
going on here?
third, okay.
Hey, I said I'd kill this bottle. I've done killed it at the 9:41 mark. All right.
Yeah.
Well, almost.
Oh, wait a minute. There's a government warning on this.
It makes you pregnant, I think.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I've read that one before. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow. We have a divine. Yeah. All right. My number 3. I heard you guys earlier say you were talking about a Space Cowboy app that is no longer available, and I feel like we're going to have a crossover. But I love this game, especially this app, and that's Splendor.
The app is not available on my iPad anymore, so it is not on my list.
It's not
'cause
available.
Doesn't count.
It's not supported anymore. It doesn't count for me. It's allowed to count for your list, Mr. Mike. I'm not
Well,
here to poo-poo on your list, just your
will.
life choices. But
I'll poo-poo on it.
I don't know why it's not available anymore. It's a great
Yeah,
app.
on it.
It's not like there's like a lot going on there,
Yeah.
I know. It's a super simple game. I enjoy it a lot.
Click
I
this.
just sometimes like very
I played
simple,
the
elegant
crap out of
games.
that app.
I played that
the
app so
mess out
much.
of that app.
Mhm.
Yes.
Very sad
And
that it's
what
not
I-
supported.
What I love is that you can play against computer opponents. You can select how difficult they are. You can play with 2 mediums and 1 hard one if you want.
Yeah, and you
You
get them
don't
different
have to
personalities, too.
Yeah, and you can give them different avatars and stuff like that. You can make them aggressive or you can make them defensive.
Opportunistic.
There are a lot of great things about that app, and you didn't need an internet connection to play it. Bonus, meaning you could play it anywhere, and it's not available anymore. I've probably played hundreds of games of Splendor on that app, but I don't know why they did that.
It's a damn shame.
I know.
Right. Shame.
I will say though, since I mentioned it earlier, that I've played it recently, Splendor Duel destroys that game in every way possible besides player count. It is
Okay, unless you're trying to play 4-player.
Yes, it is a much better game. It's fantastic.
It is really
Interesting.
Yes.
Andrew, Mystic Veil is available on my iPad. I just checked. So it may not be supported on phone, but at least in iOS. You might be an Android user. Then I got nothing for you.
Yeah, well, that's too bad. All right. We are up to number 2.
Number 2.
Number 2.
So for my number 2, one of my favorite co-ops of all time. It is hard to get people to play sometimes, but I do have like almost everything there is to get for this game, and it plays really great. It's on Steam. Spirit Island. Yeah, I don't know if you guys have played Spirit Island, but
I still haven't
yet.
Oh, it's so cool. Like, I just love that whole theme of like, you're this island and there's this indigenous people and you're the spirit that they worship. And then there's all these invaders coming and you have to use your powers to try to scare them off and kill them or drown them or whatever it is you're going to do. But there's the spirits there's like a stack of spirits. Like there's so many options and so many different like things and ways you can go about accomplishing things. And like, there's like some of them don't do any damage. They only scare people. And like, you can win by causing fear though. And then there's sometimes where if you do the people that kill people, you can just kill everybody on the island and then that allow you to win. But I don't know. To me, it's just so fun. Like the bits are super cool. I enjoy the art, and then like all the spirits on the back have like these different like ratings on like how complex they are. If they're good at defense, if they're good at manipulating things, if they're good at fear, and like you can really try to work your teams together. And it is kind of like super easy to play like multiple spirits at a time and see how they can kind of complement each other and things like that. Or you can play it online with other people. And one of the things that the app implements is like it's kind of like a legacy where you play through a whole game with one spirit. And then you can kind of like leave things to the next spirit and you'll kind of like play again and have some of like the same stuff left over and give like a power to the next spirit that you play. And it's super interesting and it plays really well. And if you have any interest in trying to like learn this game, it has a tutorial that helps you that can like teach you the game. And it's just fantastic. Like I know like Dan's not a big fan of Spirit Island, but like I know he doesn't like fun. But it's really good. Like, it plays
talking about the Steam version, right?
Yep, Steam. Yep,
it's got a good tutorial. I haven't played it yet. Maybe that's a good way to learn because I hear it's a little bit of a beast to learn.
I mean, there could be. I mean, there's a lot of cards, you know, and there's a lot of reading, but everything's. I mean, like once you learn the iconography and you learn like the timing of things, it's really not bad because there's like fast powers and slow powers, and so you know like you start the round by like increasing your power and like and learning new skills or drawing cards, and then you choose what cards you want to play. You activate all of your fast cards, and then the invaders have their phase where they like the fear grows, they invade, they build, and then you do all your slow cards. And so like trying to do that timing of like, well, I know they're going to build or invade somewhere, so I'm gonna do this like the slow power that will hopefully take care of like, you know, where they're going to build and whatnot. And then, well, I got to play something fast so I can get some defenses up so they don't like put blight on my island. And if I get too much blight, then you'll lose the game. And yeah, like I just really enjoy that game. And it's just a way that I can playing it solo, like IRL. It's just a lot to set up and do all by yourself. And like, you know, it's one thing to do it with your friends and everything like that. Like, hey, here's your spirit, you know, and you're doing it. And it's just that whole experience. But when I'm playing it by myself, it's just really nice to be able to just load that up, click, 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 and I'm done, you know, but it's fun. It helps to deal with a little bit of the fiddly bits that there are, but it does have like expansions are included in there. So you can like, you know, get some of the, not all the, because like, obviously they just came out with like 2 new expansions and they're not released yet. But like the Branch of Claw, which is like my favorite expansion because it adds my favorite spirit, which is like the sharp fangs behind leaves or something like that. But it's great because like, you know, you're like, oh, like they build close to the forest. You can like reach out there and you grab the builders and you can like take them out and stuff like that. It's just so much cool stuff you can do. It's a good time.
It reminds me that spirit in particular reminds me of He Who Walks Behind the Rose, which is a Children of the Corn reference. Which that line is way better than anything in the actual movies or story. But yeah, you know, the thing, you know, it's fun. Yeah, I thought Spirit Island was pretty good. I'd like to play it when it's not like 1 o'clock in the morning at a convention.
Right, yeah.
I've been up since 7 playing games.
Yeah, that was the time you played it. Was that like a IndieCon or something like that, right?
Yeah, it was an IndieCon. It was you, me, and Aristides.
Yeah. Yep.
But
yeah, I got the broken token like wooden box thing. So I got this big like monstrosity of a box with like everything in there, and yeah, it's super cool. I love it. So
yeah, hell yeah. No, I mean, if you love it, you love it, man. There's no shame here.
Right? If you love it, you got to set it free. I thought that was.
Oh yeah, so you should give that to me, Bob.
Yeah. What? If you love it, you must set it free.
That's true.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you're muted. What?
I didn't come up with it.
Listen, so Bob, I love Happy Salmon, so I think it's only fair I give you my neoprene Happy Salmon fish that's out of print for all of your Spirit Island stuff, including the broken token insert, because you don't want to take time to break that apart. I think that's a pretty fair trade.
Hello 55, Tim makes a Happy Salmon reference. I thought he was about to tell us there's an app for it.
There's an app.
Like, kill me now.
You have to like shake your phone, you know.
That's Space Team. You have to do that. That's
yes, that was so fun. I remember
Space Team's super fun.
Space Team was a blast. Yeah.
I think that's still a thing. All right. My number 2. No, Bob, I don't have to go potty. Thanks for asking.
Sure? I might have to take Winston out. Let me see if you guys talk amongst yourselves. Okay.
I'm overclamped.
Okay.
So anyways, my number 2 is a game that I would love to play with other people. I just don't think other people love this game as much as I do. I'm a big sports fan outside of being a board game fan. And this game, for whatever reason, really translates over very well for me. And the digital app is a way for me to play and you can crank up the difficulty. You can buy expansion packs for it, and that is baseball highlights. What's the year? I forget the year.
2045.
Yeah, baseball highlights, super good, really fun. I love this game. Again, being a baseball fan, and like I love the play on the names, right? You know, as you go through the cards, and it's like they just mix up first and last names of famous baseball players.
Yeah.
And it's super fun. So you get all those references. There was that amazing, was it Philip Millman?
Phil Millman.
That guy with his baseball highlights championship trophy and that running gag with him and the pictures he was doing. I've never met him. I would love to meet. It was like if I ever had a chance to be in one of those pictures, I was getting in one of those pictures. Because I've
only been in a couple. I don't want to like brag.
Oh, let's just see. Here's
only like a couple of those.
Let me tell you guys about Evan real quick. But no, but baseball highlights is really it feels like a baseball game. It's really fun. I enjoy the drafting system. Like you play a game, then you sign free agents, you know, and you know, the cards are currency for that, and the strategy behind that. And when you're playing the app, you can game the game a little bit. I mean, you could do this if you're playing another person where it's like, oh, they're running a bunch of cyborgs. So I need things that counter or hit off of cyborgs faster or better, or immediately cancel, you know, and it's just really fun. It's really well balanced, and I just have a good time playing it. I feel like this old timey baseball kind of, you know, feel when I'm doing it, and I like it. So baseball highlights, that's my jam. I still play it on I still play the app. So
that's a fun one. I've only played it in person, and only in the presence of Philip Millman, which I guess is the correct way to do it.
Yeah,
because he'll let you know when you're making a bad choice.
Oh, nice.
And do you know who the new holder of the trophy is?
Oh, it's Berkey, right?
Berkey.
It is, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
It's Berkey. He won the trophy, and I don't know if you guys know this, but that man not only makes a nice table topper, he makes some dang good jerky.
Oh,
I've heard the jerky story from from Patrick. I believe, yeah.
Wait, would this be
So
Berkey
freaking good.
jerky?
yes, Mike.
It is Berkey jerky,
Berkey
yeah.
jerky.
It is Berkey jerky.
Yeah, that's a marketing thing.
It's
He
not
needs to get
turkey,
on
though.
that.
If you made
Turkey jerky.
yeah.
Jim, I've only played Blood Bowl a few
Well done.
times, and I had to use a friend's team because I can't paint, and so they had all the stuff.
They didn't let you use your unpainted pieces.
I didn't buy I didn't buy pieces for Blood Bowl. But the Blood Bowl app isn't bad. It's hard. Oh, it's really hard because you're the mercy of the dice. The dice go bad. You fumble the ball. You know, this and that. It's I might do better had I played it more in real life and had a better grasp on like the rules and the variabilities. But anyways, baseball highlights. That's me.
Baseball highlights.
Nice.
Number 2, Grand Austria Hotel.
Oh,
Now,
I've not played.
This is one of those games where I tried it online and didn't freaking get it. I just didn't get it until I played it in person. It's one of those games. But then once you play it in person, then it's awesome online.
Okay.
Nice. Also, a grumpy looking dude on the cover. Is that a Clement Franz? Is that Clement Franz?
Probably.
It is. Yeah.
Let's see.
I was buffering for a second there. You froze.
Oh, me?
For a second. Yeah.
Wow. Evan likes his dice games from the Italians.
They are so good. Those Italians, those Italian designers are so good. I play this one on Yucata the most. I've done 90 games.
Yucata.
I win 54 wins, so that's 60% win. High score 209 and ELO 1035.
Nice.
I still don't know what ELO is other than
I don't know.
Other than
Somehow
some sweet guitars, but
Yeah.
Right. I feel like I want to highlight some of these websites, but
yeah, Yucata.de. It's got some great games on there, and the implementation is so like 80s in a way that is simple and straightforward, right? It doesn't mess around with a bunch of weird 3D stuff or flashy like motion stuff. It's just like you see the tableau, you click your button, you do the thing, and it works. And it's, for my old eyes and brain, it works really well.
So according to Wikipedia, the ELO rating system is a method for calculating the relative skill level of players in a zero-sum game.
Yeah.
So
what is an ELO of 1035?
that I couldn't tell you. I don't know what the scale means.
I know, yeah,
They use it in chess a lot. That's what it was in reference to.
Okay.
I'm assuming it's the same type of deal.
Is
So
Yukata all?
write your handicap? Maybe it's
I'm
something
gonna
like that.
do this. Here you go,
Is
Tim.
Yukata all in German? What is that?
It's right
Well,
here.
You can it can be in English.
Oh, it can. Okay.
Yeah, you can translate it, and it's got a really good game selection. I've played some games on here.
It does.
Oh, German.
There's
Yeah.
so many good games on there.
They got
Yeah.
198.
Well, they got
Vernon
Tablets of
Tax's Ulm,
Tiefenthal.
First
I'm in.
Class, Lost Ruins of Arnak. Yeah, they've got so many good games on there.
They got a lot of German and French designer games for sure.
Yeah. Points are taken from the loser and given to the winner. Interesting.
What else have I played on here? I played Russian Railroads on here.
Yeah.
And I've played Vanuatu on
I have
this
never
website.
heard Yukata. I had never heard of that before.
Yeah, I really like this one.
Yeah,
It's right up my alley.
Oh, speaking of the Italians, they also have Voyages of Marco Polo on this website too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a good one. I've played quite a bit of that one. I'm glad. I kind of forgot about this website. Like I said, I kind of stopped using this in Boydiju for quite some time.
Yeah.
I preferred Boydiju because I thought their version of Castles of Burgundy was a lot better, in my opinion. So I leaned towards that website when I was using these the most. Oh my God, they have underwater cities. Wow, nice. Excellent game.
Yep.
All right, good one.
Cool.
Highly recommend that platform.
Yeah. Man, I forgot all about that one.
If you like European designers.
Tell you what,
that one's loaded.
Those French people recently have been blowing my mind lately. Like some of the games I've played for some of these French designers lately. Oh my gosh.
Like what?
So good.
Sky Team.
Sky Team.
Yeah.
That's French. Yep. Sides was really good. So Clover, Turing Machine. Yeah. And then I got to play a game at Gen Con called Path of Civilization.
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh my God, it's so cool.
That sounds awesome.
Going on there. Yeah, like there's just really cool things. I love like technologies and civ games and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, you have your player board and your cards, like you lay them sideways and you have icons on one side, icons on the other side. And then you have 4 spaces on your board and you have 5 technologies. So you're going to choose one to bury and the other 4 you're going to place on your board and you'll do like the left side on one, the right side on the other one. And then you play through all your turn. You're adding stuff to, like, of course, build, wonders, recruit great people, and to deal with, like, the ongoing problem your civilization is facing at this point in time. And then once the round is over, you'll gain a new tech. You're going to pick your 4 techs back up with your new tech, which makes 5. And again, you'll bury one, then choose 4 ones to put down. Yeah, and it was a really neat way to do that. Man, I really enjoyed that. And the guy that was demoing it was the guy who he's the designer of So Clover and the co-designer of Sides. And a super nice guy, and the game was phenomenal. And I'm really hoping they let us do something with it when it finally comes to print.
Yeah,
I had a really good time playing it.
Sounds super cool.
Yeah,
it's nothing on this game on BGG yet. I know it's not out yet. I was looking at their photo selection of this game. Bob, you took more photos of this game at Gen Con than what there is on BGG.
I'll have to upload them then, huh?
You really should, honestly.
Yeah, man, I really liked that game. I think it was done really well.
Fabian Gridel, that is definitely a French-sounding name, and he, also designed Turing Machine. So, nice.
So
I always think it's interesting when somebody, he only has 3 games to his credit, and 2 of those games are very different from each other. Very diversifying taste in game design. I think is pretty cool. I'll actually wait for Evan on this one. I mentioned this game a lot because I love it. It's an old favorite of mine. I don't think you guys have played it. and I could be wrong, but also because I played this one the most on Boyd, and that is Deus.
Hmm.
Deus is a fantastic kind of light engine builder with a civ theme. So if I play a production card, I have to pay the resources, and I have to place a production building onto the board. Well, once you've got your building on the board, every other building after that has to be adjacent to the previous building, or you can't put the same type of building on the same location. So once I've got a production building in a spot, I can't build another production building unless I put it adjacent. And what's interesting about Deus and why it's a really great engine builder that stands the test of time for me is that I place that first production building. It's going to stay out. I'll put it at the bottom of my production card slot, and then I'm going to activate that card. If I then play a second production card, pay the resources, put a production building out, I'm going to trigger the first card I played first, then trigger the second card that I just played. So then, likewise, if I play a third production card, I'm going to pay the resources, put the building out, use the action from the first card, then the second card, then the third card that I just played. And I love that chain reaction. You've got a very predictable engine that you can build. It's got a lot of interesting resource conversion. And this one actually has excellent player interaction because it's got military cards. And military cards are literally just take that. It's, oh, you thought your production building was safe? Well, let me move my military unit over there and take out your production building, or let me move my military over here and steal some of your resources. So it's got some very interesting, a little bit mean, but not too much military take that in it. It's just a really well done engine builder. I don't think it gets enough love. I actually played it on my trip twice. I packed it, so me and my buddy played it while we were in Alaska. I love this game a lot, and I think the Boyd implementation of the game is really good. I've got like 30 or 40 plays of it on there.
Have you played with the Quarry expansion? Rock Me Amadeus?
Yeah.
No, just
Falco. Nice.
Well, you know, I did play it with the Egypt expansion because I was expecting a good joke, but Tim, well, Egypt me out of a good joke and gave me a bad one. So.
Oh, hold up. Okay.
But this is killed. Did I mention that?
All that, and your joke still looking good.
Yeah. Maybe
no.
we should have killed it because then we would have laughed. Maybe we would have laughed
at it.
Well, I found that Egypt expansion actually local. I know Chris Strain talks about this one a lot, and so does Z Garcia. It's a really good engine building game. I'll get you guys to play it at some point. I really like the groaners. Yeah, it was a groaner for sure.
Listen, the second you said Deus, I was like, Rock Me Amadeus. I'm going to make a Rock Me Amadeus joke. I knew I could not make. I did a radio show in high school. I had to. We played Rock Me Amadeus all the time for no good reason, but because
that's the only reason you need.
Yeah, because I felt like it.
I-16 on Tim and Mike's bingo card dad jokes.
Yeah, fair.
There you go. Deus is great, though. Highly recommend. I don't think it gets enough love. It's too old. It's too old for people to keep playing it, but I play it all the time still.
For whatever reason, every time we would play Rock Me Amadeus, because I'm not letting this go, we would then also play Putting on the Ritz by Taco. I don't know if you guys remember that one.
Yes. Oh my God!
No, not yours.
Ritz by Young Frankenstein.
Young Frankenstein. Frankenstein.
Yes. I'm Igor.
What hump?
Yes.
Walk this way.
Yeah. No. Hand them the can this way.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness. G17, a Mel Gibson movie reference.
Yeah. It's not Mel Gibson, it's Mel Brooks.
My goodness. I should have another one. I'm going to go get another one.
Mike gets it wrong.
While I roll that one screen here. Roll it.
Thank you.
Number one. So, anybody that knows me or has me as a Steam friend has
yep, I'm doing
seen me logged into this game for hours on end. Axes and Allies, big surprise. The Spring 1942 edition, I love it. If you have it on Steam, send me a request to play. I will play against you. It is fantastic. It's because the game is great. Like I played it IRL lots of times. My buddy and I would leave it set up for days on end in my garage. But being able to play it online and just click, 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 and be done with the game in like an hour or two is awesome. But yeah, I mean, it plays so good. I wish they'd come out with some of the some more versions of it on there, so I could so try some of those out and not have to like actually pay $100 for a version of that. But it's I love World War II. I love killing Nazis. It's great. It's a good time. And no, there's just so many cool things you can do with like, you know, some of the rules, they don't have everything implemented, which is a little bit unfortunate because like in the IRL version, you can actually land a friendly plane, like an American airplane on a British aircraft carrier. And you can't do that in the digital version, which is a little sad, Panda. But it's still, though, it's still a lot of fun. Buy a bunch of tanks, roll over people. Good times, you know, like I love it. I can't get enough of it. I don't know why. It's just me. I love war games, and it's a great version of it. So, yeah, Brian, you're right. Nazis, they're bad. They're bad. Okay.
They're bad.
Okay.
Not too bad, okay.
Okay, boys.
Everybody sees me on there. Say, send me a request to play, and I would love to play against some other people. So.
Yeah, so my number one is kind of like Bob's. It is literally an app game that I play every day and have played this game. It's not the one you think. It's not the first one you're going to say. I literally play this every day.
Wait, hold
I've
on.
got an ongoing live game with a friend that we have now. It's got to been in like a year or two that we've had an ongoing game. I sometimes will play this. You can like random, match make with strangers. So I'll do that. I'll play through the solo mode and do like the campaigns and the events. I was trying to find a thing that told me like all the amazing statistics that I clearly would have in this game. But instead I could only look at the achievements that I have in Ascension, which include like winning 10 games in a row and beating all
with you, Andrew. I had Star Realms.
Yeah, I left Star Realms.
There.
I left Star Realms off because that was the easy one. I do also play Star Realms every day. It's in fact my turn in 3 different games right now of Star Realms. With Pat, Julia, and Spencer. I have 3 ongoing perpetual games with them. But yeah, I love Ascension. I think it's great. It's a super fun deck builder. I have all but one of the expansions for it that I bought in the App Store. It's just, I mean, it's a very basic, straightforward deck builder. I mean, it is so simple. It's been done a million times, but I just really like the game and it plays really fast. And you can build off like any good deck builder. You can build a bunch of really cool combos and chain reactions and draw, a ton of cards and play them all out. And it's super good. I really, really enjoy it. And
I really like the Ascension Tactics game we played. I thought that was
that's really good, Bob. I was
fun. I haven't tried that one.
Very skeptical. I was very skeptical, and then when we played it, I'm like, oh, I like this.
Yeah, I'm a little bummed that it didn't impact the next one, but I feel like I don't play the first one enough to justify like buying a whole like another one.
Sure.
But yeah.
I
gotta let the dog in.
Every time you guys bring up Ascension Tactics, which is 2v2, I think about how I still want to try the 2v2 mode in Dwellings of Eldervale. I think that would be really interesting.
Oh, that could
and
be
I don't
cool.
know anybody that's played team mode in that. I really want to try.
I still have to try Dwellings at all.
Oh, it's really good.
It sounds like I'm so interested in it. I just haven't had the opportunity.
Have you played any Luke Laurie games like Cryo or Energy Empire?
No, I played. What's the new one?
Andromeda's Edge. No,
I played Andromeda's Edge. Yeah,
that is the new one.
Yeah.
So that one,
Yeah.
he is basically a re-implementation of
Right.
Dwellings. So you
Right.
basically play Dwellings with some tweaks.
Yeah, tracks on
And a
tracks
lot
with
of
some
his
building
games,
and moving.
yeah, he
I loved
really
it.
likes that one mechanic where like you recall your workers and then they do stuff. He uses
Yeah.
that mechanic in a lot of his games, and it's a
Yeah.
great mechanic.
Yeah. Well, I also like fantasy a lot, so I'm just gonna have to try Dwellings, even if it is very similar.
Oh, for sure.
It is solid. All right, Evan, what's your number
All right.
one? I have a guess.
Are we doing runners up after we all declare our
Yeah,
number one?
Honorable
yeah.
mentions. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll do
Don't
some honorable
spoil.
mentions.
Don't spoil. Okay.
No.
My number one is by a German individual.
Yes, I got
Germans.
this. I know
The
this.
Germans.
We have a crossover calling it.
I have played 61 games on Yukata and 35 games on BGA. My 30 wins in Yukata is a 49% win rate, and my 20 wins on BGA is a 57% win rate. Castles of Burgundy.
Oh, my man.
Castles of Burgundy. That's
Oh, boy.
Let's see. Okay, so high score. Now I know that slightly different versions and some of the tiles have changed minutely and stuff like that. My high score on Yukata was 268. ELO 1063, 49% win rate. Now BGA, that high score jumped up to 309.
What?
That was a hell of a game.
Wow.
309.
Wow.
Average score, because BGA tells you your average. My average score is 231. High score 309. ELO 374.
Wow.
And it's not because I always get board 8. It's only sometimes.
Wow.
Yeah, Mike goes on about that game, but I haven't played it yet.
Oh my gosh.
We're going to, because we got to review the new one. It's upstairs.
Oh my gosh. Have you played it, Mike?
I'm currently playing it with you on BGA.
No, the new one with the vineyards and stuff.
Oh, no. Oh, no, sorry. No, it shipped right when I left for Alaska.
Okay.
I've been too busy to even open the box, and I may try to play it this weekend.
I'm always leery of expansion stuff where I'm like, is it just going to be extra junk that I don't care about? You know, that I'm just going to avoid anyway. And I will say the vineyards really didn't detract from the gameplay. It only gave you an extra avenue that you didn't have to engage with, but it also didn't detract from the gameplay. And I really enjoyed it.
Nice.
And obviously that new version's very, very nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the acrylic tiles just alone, like, oh, woo.
Yeah,
the double layer boards, man.
Yeah. Not only is this my number one digital implementation of a board game, it is also, I think, it's definitely top 5. I don't know if it's number 1 or number 2.
Man,
it's definitely top 5 all time. It's so freaking good. It's ridiculous.
Man, the sweet, sweet smell of justification. I love this. So, my number 1 is Castles of Burgundy. And that's because I've played hundreds of games on Voyage. I lost my login at one point.
Oh no.
My new login has 90. My old login had well over 100 games of Voyage on Voyage. So yeah. I got a couple hundred plays of Castles of Burgundy on just Voyage. I love this game. It used to be my number 1 game of all time.
Yeah.
It's if you play it for the first time now, I think it's possible it can show its age a little bit because it doesn't give you as much dice mitigation as a lot of modern games do. Mm-hmm. And I think that that's a negative point for a lot of new players because used to it though. Sometimes the dice screw you.
Yeah.
you just don't roll what you want.
Like 3
Like-
doubles in a row. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Snake
love this
Eyes
game.
again.
Castles of Burgundy was one of the first games I considered a 10. I've played the physical version about 15 times. I still have my old and busted version,
Yeah.
sitting
Never
up on the
played it.
shelf over here. I've
So
played it
good.
hundreds of times online. I just love the random input puzzle that this game is. I think it's so clever and yet very simple. It is one of the primary reasons Feld is my favorite designer. It was no question this is going to be my one. And so I had a feeling when I saw you talk slightly about some of your Burgundy PGA plays that you might have this pretty high.
Yeah.
So both of these guys over here haven't played it yet. They
Oh my
have to
goodness.
play my new version to review it. So you saying this, sir, justifies my excitement for these guys to play it. I love
now I wanna-
Pump the brakes.
Hey Tim, have you played Castles of Burgundy? No.
Nope.
it.
Nope.
Now,
No.
what I want to know is what game usurped Castles of Burgundy on your list, Mike?
I've moved Castles down a bit.
Oh,
The
more than
last
just one.
Yeah, I still have it in my top 10. I think the last time we did our rankings, I had it at 6. The last time we did rankings, I put
Too much
Blood
after
on
the
the Clock
Empire.
Tower as my number 1. And then, because I love social deduction, and then that's my favorite one. But it's like I always say it's a 3-way tie between that, Scythe, and Concordia. Those, like,
Mhm. Very
1,
fair.
A, B, and C. I
Guess
love
one
all 3
out
of
of
those
3
games
ain't bad.
equally. Some other games that I do enjoy more in Castles that I have really high is Ankh, Anachrony, and Wonderland's War. Those are the ones I have higher.
Yeah, Anachrony is fantastic, and like it's honestly one of my honorable mentions because I just saw that it was on BGA, so that's
We were
really
going to ask,
driving
Evan,
me to get back into that and try it.
Yeah.
have you played Anachrony?
I have.
Have you played it on BGA? Because if you want to invite
No.
me and Bob to a BGA game of Anachrony, we're down.
I
I've
believe-
never, earlier we mentioned my one weakness is I don't host anything. So you're going to have to invite me.
Son of a! I think it's a premium game though, and so I don't.
Oh,
think
does it
I
have
can-
to be me?
Yeah,
I think it does. So just pretend that we're playing it at
This-
my house.
This is Mike going, "Hey Evan, let's go out to dinner. There's this awesome
Yeah.
restaurant.
hey,
Oh, I forgot my wallet.
man.
Oh,
Hey.
Evan, can you float me until
Can you pick this one up? Can you pick this one up?
yeah, I'll get you next time. I'll
Man.
get you next time.
yeah, you're a chiropractor, right? You
My
got money.
alligator armed the bill.
Yeah, you did.
I was gonna reach. I can't reach the bill. I was gonna grab it, but you grabbed it before I could.
Oh my gosh.
Mhm.
I love that you are a Castles fan, Evan. I do understand why people say it shows its age a little bit,
Sure.
but I really think it's a gem of a game. I really
Yeah.
love it.
I get I get that game design has changed over the years, and I get that tastes in what people find enjoyable and not has changed over the years. But just like Talisman, like I appreciate it for what it is,
Mhm.
I just like, to me, that doesn't denigrate the experience of playing an iconic game.
Right. Right.
Yeah. Seriously. Oh man. Love it.
So-
Do
So
we
that's
ever
our
figure out who the
one.
Facebook user is?
I don't.
Yeah. Okay.
We have some honorable mentions to go.
I don't know if
over.
it was "you're wrong" even or "you're wrong, Evan." I'm not sure. You're
Well,
wrong,
that,
Evan.
that,
Both.
that could be
You're
Snagglepuss
wrong,
over
even
there.
Evan.
You're wrong, even. Exit
Exit
stage
stage
left.
left. Yeah.
Stage right, even. Yeah.
All right.
So good.
My cat is yelling at me for some reason.
So honorable mentions. So these are going to be games that I haven't actually played digitally, but I was just kind of browsing and looking like,
Mhm, mhm.
So I'm really going to get on BGA and really start doing some games in there because there are some cool cool games I enjoy IRL that I want to check out digitally to see if they play
Yeah.
as well, or at least to give me a chance to like check out some things and hopefully like maybe like Beyond the Sun. I saw that on there, and I wonder if they have the expansion because I really want to check the expansion out. I've been wanting to check the expansion out for a long time, so I want to get on BGA and see if that's on there because Tech Tree the game. I'm a huge fan.
Yeah,
awesome.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you? You played on there, Evan? Have you played?
I have played online. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know if they have the leaders?
I'm not sure. I think when I don't know if the expansion was out when I played.
Okay, because it is relatively new.
Yeah.
I still find it
Excuse me.
impressive that is his first BGG accredited design. Like, man, what a
and he
what a
knocked
home
it out
run
of the
to
park.
start
That's
with.
great.
Yes, he did.
Mhm.
How would you feel, Mike, if you found out he designed the Oregon Trail game that you threatened to burn?
I have disgraced that game.
I kind of feel like you'd be doing him a favor still, though. Like, you cut your teeth on that, didn't quite get it, buddy. But you know what? Your second time, you lined it up, you knocked it out of the park, and we're going to go with that one. So.
There are so many things that I haven't done since I got back from the trip. One of them is organizing my table. So the last list we did with bad rule books, this box is still sitting on my table.
Was it not a favorite? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, it had a bad rule book, to say the least.
And it's a terrible game.
And everybody just dies of cholera? Is that?
Yeah.
Or dysentery, or a snake bite, or because your axle breaks, or because you couldn't ford the river.
You tried to ford the river. You didn't. You're dead.
You're dead.
You failed. You lose 3 children. Dang it.
You lose 3 children.
Good thing we had 8 others.
Woo! Be fruitful and multiply.
But did you shoot 200 pounds worth of game meat? Is the question.
That's a win. Dude, that little mini game within the game, that was the best.
Yeah.
I hate that the Apple IIe version was better than the board game. I mean, come on. This was not hard.
I mean, you can't really beat the Apple IIe version of most games.
Yeah, speaking of old versions of games, is there a King's Quest board game? Because I would definitely check that out.
Oh, I would design that.
He's like, hold on.
Let me get my pen.
Yeah, dude, I love me some King's Quest.
King's Quest.
Yeah.
Good
Same.
stuff. Mm-hmm.
Does Evan's camera
there's a new
mirrored?
PlayStation version of that, like on like the straight digital version, and that was a ton of fun.
Left hand, right hand.
He's a lefty.
That ain't right, dude. Yeah.
Actually,
I probably would have been left-handed if I didn't go to Catholic school, but they made me right with my right hand. So, but I throw and do everything else left-handed.
They did their best to force me to use my right hand, but it just it just didn't work the same.
The devil was too strong in you.
The devil was too dang strong. I come from a small town. They definitely tried to convince me.
I should have tried that there.
I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Fable, that's not the same as King's Quest.
There's a new Fable game coming out too that looks pretty awesome.
I think he meant a different, not the story-driven Xbox game, which I enjoyed Fable quite a bit back in the day.
Did you know that Rahdo had a hand in that game, Fable?
What?
He used to dabble in game. He used to be a full-time game designer or something.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what he did or didn't do, but I know he was involved in the production of Fable.
Nice.
I know Keith Mateka had something to do with Ultima Online as well. He used to do video game design.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Tim, what honorable mention you got?
Oh, I got so many. I just want to say that Sovereignty is another really good board game app.
I've never used it.
I played they've got a lot of good games on there, like Dice Miner and Planet Unknown, and they have, I just saw you can play for free. You can play Boop on there.
Nice.
I like Planet Unknown. I didn't join the Planet Unknown cult that everyone else did.
I did.
And it's good, but I'm fine. But like Lords of Waterdeep has an excellent app. Play that.
Yeah, it does.
And
you can play it online with friends even.
Yeah.
Great app.
With friends even. But I also really like the Potion Explosion app's pretty good. Dead Man's Draw is an app that I play the crap out of.
Ooh.
Really good. I have the Raw app still because I didn't want it when Raw was out of print. I played Raw on the app, and it's got the old and busted, ugly art. And it's got this fun little like desert sandstorm thing whenever Raw tile comes. Anyways, but all good app versions of those games. And Through the Ages has a really good app too. Bob and I used to play Through the Ages together.
Yep. Yeah.
I really don't get that game, but I love it. Like
Yeah,
the whole time I'm playing, I'm like, I don't know why I'm losing, but I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Because I've never played it in person. So yeah.
Same. I feel like I would do a lot better at that game had I played it IRL. And could.
Same.
It's not bad.
Somebody could be
IRL.
like, here's why that cube isn't doing what you think it's doing.
Yeah.
Right.
Here's
right.
my soldier. Yeah. It's a good game. I've played it IRL multiple times, and then Tim and I used to play it quite a bit, like laying in bed together.
Hey.
Well,
Gotta pass the time.
we'd go to conventions. We go to conventions, and Bob and I were like, "Well, we could share a bed."
Yeah. And we lay there on our iPads, like playing games.
Yeah. Tim, wake up! It's your turn. Oh shit!
Yeah, don't try to play Tim because he'll be like. So. Mm-hmm.
Listen, you wore me out.
I get that a lot.
Evan, you got honorable mentions?
I do. So Yukata, Thurn Taxes, Ulm, First Class, Luster's Arnak, tons of great games. GA has so many good games.
Mm-hmm.
Downforce, Lost Cities, Potion Explosion, Seven Wonders Duel, Viticulture, Beyond the Sun, Patchwork, Welcome Twos. There's also a really good app, browser implementation for Cascadia.
Okay.
It's just browser based, it's not any particular brand. It's just a browser based implementation of Cascadia that's awesome for
Is
soloing.
it rules enforced or is it like sandboxy?
I think it's rules enforced.
Okay.
It's custom. It's a custom.
It's simple rules. I was just curious.
Yeah, no, I think so. And you can just bust out solo games in Cascadia super easy.
Nice. Yeah.
And then the other thing that I've never played this online, but I have to imagine that I would appreciate the automatic math of Nidavellir online.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
Just to have let the app
calculate all that.
Yeah.
True.
I'd also just let the app pronounce Nidavellir for me, just to make sure it's doing it right.
Yeah, that's
the
the
expansion,
right?
Thingavalier.
Thangavalier. Yep.
Thangavalier. Bang.
Yeah, those are good ones. Yeah, I think that one would work pretty well on an app, actually.
I think it has an app. I just haven't played it.
So, all right, my honorable mentions. I stuck to stuff that I've played. So, another Feld design. No confusion here. I've talked about this one a lot, but Trajan on Boy de Jus is another one where I've got probably 70 or 80 plays of it. I love this game, and I think Boy de Jus was the first site I knew of that had an online version of it, so I played it a lot. I just love the Mancala and how I can pre-plan my actions several rounds in advance, and nobody can stop me from running that plan. And meanwhile, you're just kind of working these several different mini games to get them to work together, and it's just very, very unique. So Trajan is a big one for me. I recently downloaded the On Tour app from BoardGameTables.com or AllPlay.
Oh,
That's a pretty
Is that
good app
like
version.
Paris and New York and those ones.
Yeah, the one where the basically rolling right. Here's the numbers, and you got to fit it on your map somewhere. We played that at Tim's house last year, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I downloaded the app for free, and it's a pretty well done app.
Yeah, don't judge me, Evan. I do actually host sometimes. I apologize.
I love hosts because then I don't have to do it.
Fair.
I appreciate.
Fly out to Indiana Saturdays.
Yeah.
Give me a
What do
place to try.
Right.
What are you doing this Saturday?
Yeah.
Flying to Indiana.
correct
Sweet.
answer.
I only will go to Fort Wayne though. That's the only town.
Aw, man.
Oh.
Way to go, Sam.
Why-
Just because you're there, Evan said that's the only town I'll go to.
Yeah.
No,
I've been
I've
to Fort
also
Wayne too many
played.
times.
They got a pretty good board game scene there, though.
There's some good
Alliance.
concerts there too.
Alliance
Yeah,
Distribution is there.
Yeah,
There's
they're
some
open
really good
houses.
stores.
They're open houses this weekend.
They have
Yeah.
a couple excellent stores there too. Bob is right. I did put Gloomhaven as an honorable mention, and I'm not even a big Gloomhaven fan, but that Steam version is excellent. Like I would
It's so pretty.
any day. The
graphics are
graphics are really well done. It takes out all
Yeah.
the bookkeeping.
Mhm.
I would just much rather play that Steam version than I
Yeah.
would the board game.
Right.
And again, I'm not a huge Gloomhaven fan, but that Steam version is so well done. I had to throw it in there. I also really like the app for Stockpile. This is a
I like
light,
that.
economic, buy low, sell high type of game. And I think it's just implemented extremely well on this app. You can play offline against app. You can choose the difficulty of the AI that you're playing against. And so Stockpile, it has to pay extra for them. There are a bunch of kind of small modules that change very little. But it's a really, really well done app. So yeah, Stockpile is one of my mentions. I like that one.
Did your phone die, Tim?
Yeah, I was about to, so I switched over.
I was just for fun. I pulled up Evan. I had to pull up Boy Is
Yeah,
You
your
here.
iPad gets staticky.
Because,
You're staticky.
Yeah, it does. Ugh.
It's true. I checked.
Dang, hold on.
The options available on Boy Is You are still great. So I've played Agricola on here.
Yeah.
I've played Alchemist. I absolutely love that game. My only problem is if I go a while without playing it, I feel like I have to relearn the deduction.
Ooh, Alchemist. I like Alchemist a lot.
I love that game. Yeah, it's really good. But
it needs to be like one more round, though. Every time I play, it's like, oh, I need one more round.
You got to get better. That's your problem.
Concordia Deus and the German pronunciation there, Die Bergen von Bergen, Castles of Burgundy. You can even play Dixit on here. It's got both of the old Shavadal games. I've played some of those on here.
I'm big and
That's me. Kanban is on here. I forgot about that. My goodness.
Okay.
Oh yeah, those are good.
There's some great games on here. The original Rallyman's on here.
It was a good platform.
Zolkin. Yeah, it's got some great options. So there you go. Anyway, I was just pulling up the list on there. You go to we lost him.
We lost them.
Oh
no.
Oh no, we permanently lost.
Am I still staticky?
You are a little bit, but not right at this moment. Don't worry, I was hovering over your mute. If it was too bad, I was about to mute you.
Fair.
Homie, don't play that.
No, he doesn't. That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
But yeah, they have a
Hopefully
great
those-
selection on BGA now. It's really good.
Tim's shitty internet is contagious.
Oh. My internet has been pretty dang good.
It's been much better. Yes.
Look at that.
Tim fix there you go. Sacrifices had to be made.
Listen, it was him or me, and it sure as hell wasn't going to be me.
He checked one of his buddies in front of the bear.
Mm-hmm. I don't have to be faster than the bear. Just got to be faster than you.
That's it. That is it.
I think I'd be faster than Mike. It's fine.
Damn
I
it.
know I can't outrun Tim, but I think I could outrun Mike.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Ha! Threw him into the volcano. Nice.
That's it. Right where you belong.
I actually got to play that the other day too. I taught some new people how to play, and they had a blast playing
Nice.
it. So
Did you teach that at the meetup or?
I did. Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I taught. Let me see who I taught here. I think I have it in here. Let's see. Yeah, me, JB, my friend JB, Tom Lingle, taught him how to play, and then that Ashley girl. But everybody had a great time throwing everybody in the volcano, and like it was 10-10. It was a tie, like a tie. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Man, I got to make that like full size. So I was thinking about it. So if I'm going to make that big map, I'm also going to have to make big lava tiles also.
You are.
So additional cost, but I think it's still going to be worth it. I think it's going to be so fun to just pick up a piece, walk over the volcano, and just chuck it in there. I feel like it's going to be so satisfying.
It will be.
Yeah.
Without a doubt, it will be.
I feel like it needs to be a slam dunk. It's just, style points.
In your face. Yeah. Spin move, right? Like 360 in the air.
Extra points.
Extra points.
Right?
If you could just hook shot it in. Yeah, no, I fixed it.
What happened to our guest?
Well, he got smart. He got
He's
smart.
like, all right, I'm out. I've been out here long enough.
Dang it.
Takes up the whole garage. Hey, you know what? I don't ever care. Actually, there would be no resale value because I'm not going to sell it. Mm-hmm. It'll be something I take to the grave with me. Bury me with it. No.
Yeah.
Throw me into that volcano and then cremate me. There you go.
Oh, he said he got booted somehow. Okay.
I didn't do it.
Didn't you though?
Are you inviting him again, Mike?
There he is. He's coming back. He's coming back. Ooh, he's changed locations.
Oh.
Was I the only one who got booted?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tim said, you know what? Screw that.
Man, Evan got booted into a completely different room.
He did.
Look at that. You can see the time change now. It's still light there.
Oh, I feel like I'm at home. I hear little voices.
Yeah.
Wait, I am at home.
Yeah, thank you, Trevor. Yeah, make sure you're liking. Those likes help a lot. We appreciate that.
All right, what did I miss?
Oh, nothing.
We were throwing Tim into the volcano.
No, we talked about and I was also accused of being the reason for your demise.
Yep.
I mean, that's probably gonna be true at some point in my life.
I feel like we established that.
Yeah.
Get good. Tim killed him.
Yeah.
Tim fixed the problem by removing the cast.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. Oh, you die in a kayaking accident, but on the upside, you've won a free kayak.
Yeah, it's weird. Weird how that happens.
So you know what game? I don't know if it has an app, but I think it would be really good. Now, I have played with my wife this game, Fantasy Realms. Have you played this?
Oh, yes. Love Fantasy Realms.
I have played Fantasy Realms. Let me look at my stats.
Uh-oh. I can't wait to hear the ELO on this one.
I have played this 974 times.
Ooh.
Holy cow.
On BGA?
No, in person.
That's a lot of shuffling.
That's a lot of shuffling. I have now. Here's where the shameful part comes in. I have 467 wins. My wife has 491 wins.
Oh,
nice. Good for her.
My average is 217 points, 0.9, and her average is 218.53. But my high score, she's got me on all the stats except the high score. My high score is 397.
Woo.
And she only got 384. Also very respectable.
Oh my gosh. Remind me never to play Star Realms with you or your wife.
Note to self.
Fantasy Realms.
Dear diary, today I played Fantasy Realms with the Halberts and I got destroyed.
Yeah, my wife is a killer, man.
That's awesome.
So, since you mentioned it, they actually have an App Store and Android app for it.
For Fantasy Realms?
That'd be good.
Yeah,
that'd be good.
They do.
Because counting up the scoring on that one would also be really nice to have an app do.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah.
Do you?
Because then it will know if it's supposed to do doppelganger before
Right.
book of changes, like what the preference order is when it matters, that kind of stuff.
That always goofs me up about that, and
Yeah.
I do prefer Marvel Remix, and that's one of the reasons why. Have you played Marvel Remix yet?
I haven't.
I think
It's
better in
Really?
every way.
it's the
In
Marvel
every way.
it's the Marvel theme. It streamlines it a little bit.
Yeah.
I think
And it
I think
adds
that
other stuff too.
yeah, and I think the theming helps the scoring, a little bit just by
It's like have to have a villain, and you have to have
some
yeah.
things you gotta have to.
I haven't played it. I don't know. I heard them talk about
Definitely
it.
recommend it.
You played Remix? Shut up.
No, I haven't.
The app
You've
is
never played
$4.99.
Remix, Bob?
Never.
What?
Oh. So it wasn't you that stole my copy of it then?
I'm gonna steal it and not play it. That makes sense. Checks out.
Sometimes
It's very bomb.
the brain of a criminal can't be, sussed.
That's right.
No.
Yeah.
It's ineffable.
No.
Yeah, you're trying to make sense out of the insensible. It just
Exactly.
makes you crazy too. Yeah.
Can't be done.
Nope.
And then a big tentacled beast comes out of the sea. And everyone went mad.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
Exactly.
Yeah, some of
No.
that wild card stuff is a little fiddly in fantasy
is.
realm.
The resolution order is tough to remember.
Yeah.
You have to be like,
I think it's a fantastic game, especially
It is.
considering
It's so
it's just a
freaking good.
deck of cards, and that's
yeah.
it still plays great with 2 or 6.
Yeah.
But I do prefer the Marvel Remix version. It's lower scoring, but I think it simplifies a lot of that sort of fiddliness with the wild cards and everything.
Yeah.
And it's the Marvel theme,
Yeah.
And Fantasy
I've looked at
Realms,
it. I think the art is better.
love
It
the
is.
game, but yeah, neither of the 2 versions they made had very good art.
Well, I mean, if you look at my top 5 implementations list, you'll note that I don't really care how good the art is.
That's true. Now
Concordia and
it's
Castle Burgundy.
it's funny. It's funny you say that because we have Clemens Franz in the chat right now. Please, Evan, tell him what a big fan you are of his box.
I love Clemens. I love Angry Faces. I do.
Yeah.
Oh man, and I
Broken
like
Wrists
Broken
and
Wrists
Concordia
on the
or an
Orleans
Orleans.
I've
I
not
don't.
made
It doesn't
that
bother me at
reference.
all. I like, to me, it's a certain vibe, and I love it.
Yeah,
I do.
it is
I
a
love-
vibe. It is definitely a vibe
Sure, we'll go
for
with that.
sure.
I love
Look, she
it.
fixed her wrist. She fixed it.
Yeah. Hey, Easter egg. It was Joan of Arc that was on the Orleans box.
Oh.
Yeah, that's her with her helmet.
Nice.
Realms
sleeved
better than
Andrew.
Fantasy Realms. Get some sleeves, man.
Yeah.
Well,
Get some Z's.
No sleeves.
Sleeves. No, that's the other Andrew.
Oh,
This
the other
Andrew
end.
has sleeves. It's the other
Okay.
Andrew that doesn't have sleeves.
Where's the
Yeah.
broken wrist?
It's I'm like pointing at the screen like you can see what I'm doing.
That's not a look. I can do that. That's not broken.
It's just weird. Why
It's
do you have to have
awkward.
2 people with this awkward hand positioning? It just always threw me
You don't
off
have
about that
conversations like this, obviously. So the bass was about this big, right?
box. All right, guys. So
You can park right over there, sir.
Yeah.
oh
Still
my
looks awkward.
gosh.
But if you also notice her
Pull
helm,
over.
her helm has a very small hole in the bottom, and I'm not sure how she got it over her chin. Unless she's got chin's like this, but
Down here on the bottom left is the buffering section. Right down here.
not so much here or here, more
So much
here.
Here.
Yeah.
We
Hold
don't
on,
talk
isn't
about
there,
Sleepless Andrew anymore. Oh, poor guy.
Let's go to. There's a similar. Oh no, not so much. I don't dislike.
We try not to talk about him, but he keeps showing up.
Some people don't like any Clemens Franz art. I think it's fine.
I love
just
it.
Really
I
don't
really
like
do.
that Orleans box. Just puts me off.
Most of the time, the art, good art can really turn me onto a game.
Yeah.
But the only art that's really turned me off of a game is that, what is that, Circadia's Light or whatever it was.
Oh,
First Light.
he who shall not be named.
Really did not like that art at all.
Well, the thing is the art, the box art may delay my getting into that game.
yeah.
What's it called?
Circadian's First Light or First Order.
Yeah, Yeah,
Chaos
it's a
Order.
Shem Phillips game, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is a Shem
Yeah,
Phillips game.
which I should like, right? Because I love like so many Shem Phillips games. But like I got this game when I was in New Zealand, and like I got it because I was there, and he's a New Zealand guy. But then I'm like, but the art is just really.
It's this one.
Okay.
Get in there.
Didn't care for it.
Get in there.
All right.
It doesn't fit like now, like the Raiders of Scythia and whatnot. Like that art was fine. It's
Yes.
the same artist, but like the aliens that he drew, I'm just not a fan of it. I mean, like I know art is subjective, but yeah, look at that. I'm just not. It doesn't draw me in. Like that dude Renzo. Look at Renzo. I mean, look at that chin. Come on.
Plus, if you're gonna shorten Lorenzo, why wouldn't you go low? You know,
right?
Or just Renz.
Or just Renz.
Yeah. Andrew pointed out how this artist is
Akira
he's
looks
also
fine.
he's a tattoo artist, and I can't not see that once I found that out.
Once you know.
With the very sharp outlines on everything.
Right.
Is that like a septic? Do those, if you put those together, does it make one long picture?
Oh, I don't know.
It looks like it.
No, because look
that'd be
at
7.
Yeah.
Sextic.
Yeah, look. It looks like the nose of the craft in Akira is in the Akira picture, and then Sable
Maybe,
has like
something
the
close
body
to
of
it.
the.
Yeah.
Look at that little Easter egg.
look at
It's
Sable and
just
her
one
420.
triptych. It's not a sextic.
Yeah. So, and he also did the art for Hadrian's Wall, and I really like the art
he
in
just
that game.
Raiders of Scythia.
But I think just his interpretation of this kind of sci-fi
and
look
like I have to
is,
say, like the guys that reviewed that, I didn't get a chance to play it. They loved the game. They said the game was fantastic.
Yeah.
And, you know, like I said, Shem Phillips, I'm sure it is. Like he has so much good stuff. But like, yeah, like that art just really kind of turned me off.
Interesting.
yeah, I've heard really good things about the game though.
Yeah. And I'm sure I'll check the
there you
game
go.
out eventually. You know, that's I feel bad, right? Because like, I mean, artists, you do your thing, you put yourself out there, but like, not all art is for everybody. That's the beautiful thing about art. And some artists, you know, for me, and some artists not. So
I'll take a grumpy front cover.
grumpy
person
guy, yeah,
all day
or a
long.
broken wrist.
To me, I'm like, oh, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Only if an Italian designed
like
it.
Titanica or News Ford and whatnot. It's like the art is awful.
Wait, is there a European designer in Dice? I'm in.
Yeah. Sure. But that's just one thing about Scythe that drew me in. I saw that art. I'm like, oh yeah, those mechs are badass. And I'm like, it's kind of like an alt history. I'm like, yeah, let me check that out. And then the gameplay was great too. So awesome, like win-win. You know,
that art is so awesome. Actually,
really
back in the day when we were, you know, we were going to self-publish after the Empire, and I did my own art direction.
Mm-hmm.
We contacted that guy because
Jacob Brzezowski?
Yeah, his art is so good.
Yeah, I like your box art on that game. That's really good. Mm-hmm.
Thanks. Yeah. It turned out fun.
Mm-hmm.
They actually, and this is not necessarily a board game, however, the art of Scythe actually did turn into a Steam RTS. There's a
Iron
game
Harvest
called I'm just gonna
if
do
you
it
like
this
RTSs,
way.
I've played this a few times. It's a good time.
It really is, and it's based on the art of Scythe. It's got Olania, and it's got the Rustfiats.
Yeah,
and it's like
all
an
those mechs
old
are like
school
badass too.
cool.
They're like walking around and blowing stuff up, and it's almost like that rock paper scissors, right? Like this mech is good against armored mechs, but it's weak against this. This mech is strong against that, but weak against this.
It gets more into the combat.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, it's really interesting. You can play it team based.
I didn't know you had that, Mike. Although I'm looking at your Steam library, and I mean it's a little short.
I'm judging.
I'm seeing some Fire Civ 5. I'm appreciating that.
EA Sports.
You talked me into that one, and I downloaded it. And we played it a little bit, and we haven't revisited it.
Yeah, we should. I
was really late to playing games on Steam, so this is
and you could do teams. I love teams. That's great, Sid Meier.
I do too.
So yeah, this is my very limited Steam collection. I stayed away from computer games for a while. I was playing just Xbox
Teams.
Nice.
Bob, do you still play Magic? You said that you used to play a lot of Magic.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I still play quite a bit, mostly Commander these days. That seems to be the popular format, and the guys I play with. See, now Trevor, I'm gonna have to disagree with you. Civ 6 is great. Civ 5, I still think is better.
I
Civ
play a
6,
ton of Civ 6 all the time on my iPad.
But no, I really enjoy Magic still. I play a ton of Commander. I'm actually working on a new Commander deck right now because I haven't built one in a while. But I've got like a Sliver deck that's pretty badass.
Nice. I used to play a bunch.
Yeah.
And now the only thing I do is every release I play a two-headed giant tournament.
Okay. Yeah, I like two-headed giant.
I love co-op.
Yeah.
And teams.
Have you played Emperor?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, like when I went to Purdue, there was a group club called like Dungeons and Ladders or something like that. But it's basically like and we used to play big like 5-on-5, and this was before Commander, so it was like 60 card decks, and we would build specific like, oh, I'm just a wingman deck. All I do is I burn through all my cards and just try to take out the wingman in front of me. Even if I die, so what? I cleared a path for the guy next to me to get to the Emperor.
Essentially Emperor, yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time, man.
Awesome.
I love a good Emperor. Build a nice Emperor deck that's just like a group hug, right? It's like everybody draw more cards, everybody gain a bunch of life. It's a good time. It's good stuff. Mm-hmm.
Game shape.
Have you checked out any of the Disney Lorcana yet?
I just watched a video last night of some people playing it. Some German folks were playing Lorcana. And it basically looks like if you put together Magic and Hearthstone.
Mm-hmm. A little bit.
And then reversed the gaining versus losing 20.
Right.
I've got some cards.
I enjoy it. Like, I don't think it's bad at all. Yeah. I'm interested to try, like, to play against other people. Like, it's funny because I bought some starter decks and then I built a deck before I even played a game.
Right.
Just because I'm a deck builder.
Yeah.
And, but like now I've like bought some more packs and tweaked a bunch of those starter decks and whatnot. And like, I enjoy it. I want to play against other people to see like what their decks are like and whatnot. But it was a good time.
The meta has yet to develop.
It's just really hard to like not draw a card and then start humming a song and giving away what card you just drew.
One step ahead of the
right. I actually play that card quite a bit because it's really good. Yeah, good times.
It looks like it's good.
Yeah, it's fun. Like it's funny because like the deck I built was based on like when you play a lot of Magic, you play a lot of ramp, right? You're gonna play cards, like get your lands out. So like I played like a lot of the blue because they have a lot of cards that like put more cards into your inkwell.
Yeah, there were so many cards that were essentially just exactly. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that card from. Oh, that's Rampant Growth. Oh, that's Foresight. That's like but it's a good time. I've enjoyed the games I've played. I would like to see what other people are doing with their decks and whatnot. Their deck ideas. But I really feel like I could be competitive. So. Yeah, like to me, I haven't played every CCG out there. To me, the thing that from my like limited exposure, the thing that looks unique to me is the choice to engage in the normal systems of Magic and Hearthstone or Quest because they have that other option instead of engaging with the normal combat
like challenging and things like that.
Right. And then the questing is what it looks like actually is the unique piece of that whole system.
Yeah, I mean the questing is what wins you the game, so I'm constantly questing, right? And like so like my blue deck's just like ramp as much as I can, and then it's a bunch of things that have like 3 and 4 like quest icons on them, so I can quest for big amounts. Or I built a villain deck with the Hades card, who gets like a bonus quest for every villain you have. It's like, oh, okay, I'll put him out. I'm gonna quest for 8. It's like a couple of turns of that and you've won.
It doesn't he like when he enters play, he like puts a guy in, turns a guy from here into your mana.
Well, there's a couple different Hades. So there's one Hades that the first one you play, like the smaller one, returns one from your discard to your hand. But the big one, he gets a bonus lore for every other villain you have in play. So I play all these like Maleficents that just draw me cards, or I play the Dr. Facilier who like lets you like draw cards and do other things. And so like I have all this like ramp to fill my hand with stuff, and I have all these villains out, and then I play Hades down and I just tap him for a ton. So
the way that German people pronounce Dr. Facilier is awesome.
Oh,
I mean, I don't speak German, but is that
I mean,
facilier?
I don't know. I always say pass the facilier, right?
It sounds kind of French. German. I don't know.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
fun.
it looks interesting. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I just can't wait for it to be realistic
rush to
to
be
be
done.
able to obtain. Yeah.
So many people were just
Yeah.
buying up all the cards and then like just
Yeah.
turning around and
Yeah.
flipping it. And that's so aggravating, you know. Like I went
Yeah.
to 4 stores the day that
Yeah.
it launched, like in the big box stores, before I finally like found a guy who was like, let me go in the back and look. And he came out with a box and he was like, here's some. I'm like, cool, thanks. You know, but like everybody
Yeah.
else, like they were just bought all up. And you go on eBay and it's like, oh, here's a box for $700. I'm like,
Right.
get bent. You
I mean,
know?
the thing is, my guess. I mean, you know, and it's always it's speculation, right?
Mhm.
Unless you're flipping immediately because you know what the value is right now today,
Right.
right? Because you can go and see what has sold on eBay
Mhm.
recently. What you don't know is the long-term value, and my guess is they are going to so blow out and overprint this first
They'll saturate the market.
that those values, I think, are going to drop
Mhm.
off the
Yeah.
map. I could be wrong.
Probably.
No, I think you're right
Yeah,
though.
I've only played MSRP. Like you're saying, like I bought like
Yeah.
when our FLSG got some, I bought a bunch of starter decks, a couple of packs they'd let me buy, and that was it. And then when that other one came out, I bought a box of boosters, and that's what I've got. Like I'm not like trying to go secondary market and overpay for crap.
Yeah.
'Cause like I said, you don't know where the market's gonna go.
Right.
So,
and there's only like 220 something cards, right?
not a ton.
It's a
Card
small
sets-
set.
Yeah, it's not that huge, and the likelihood, and I don't know what the rarity distributions are or anything like that, but my
Mhm.
guess is once it's widely available, the prices will plummet.
Yeah, the market's gonna normalize and it'll
Yeah,
be
one of the things is there's normal foils and they have alt art foils, and those
Okay.
alt art foils are going for like $300-400 online right now.
Depending on how they distribute rarity of those could maintain and or gain
Yeah.
value.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Each pack has 2 rares, but there's like 3 levels of rare. There's rare, ultra rare, and then legendary.
course.
legendary.
Of course.
There's one pack I had 3 legendaries in it. I was like,
Yeah.
that was awesome. Yeah, but
That's the dopamine hit, man. That's why you bust another
Mhm.
pack.
yep,
I used to own a game store.
yeah.
So
Yeah, but it's fun. Like I say, it's not a bad game. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So it's just still it was enjoyable. So, and I'm trying to not like because I mean, if you look at my Magic card selection, oh my gosh, dude! Like I've been playing Magic since the friggin' '90s, so I've got so
Yeah.
many stupid cards.
Yeah.
But no, like I'm trying to keep my Lorcana to like 1 box, and
Good
like
luck.
I'll get rid of cards as I need to and whatnot. But
Good luck.
thanks, it's hard. Yeah.
Mhm.
Chasing the dragon, are you?
Yeah, chasing the dragon, but chasing the Mickey. Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Using like cut up. Good stuff.
That's why I can't buy any of it because I know my tendencies.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Even when I wasn't playing Magic at all, I was still buying a box per release,
Mhm.
no
Yeah.
matter what. Whether or not I ever played with the cards, I would buy it and then bust all the packs so that it dropped in value.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I fall in and out of Magic.
It's the only
but,
way
like,
to be sure.
Yeah, I got back in like Commander Legends, and I bought a couple boxes, and I have like a big gun safe where I keep a bunch of stuff. And it's like I've been throwing boxes in there and just sitting
Yeah.
on them. So I'm like, hopefully, like maybe 10 years, they'll be worth a ton of money.
That was my plan. I bought a box of Revised,
Oh.
and when I was and it was like $145 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
So I must have been like 16, 17,
Yeah.
17,
while
18,
ago.
something
That was
like that.
90s. Yeah.
It was late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm gonna sit on this. Later that night, I busted
a couple.
every single pack.
Yeah.
Pure lace, thought lace, pure lace. Dang it, death lace. Dang it.
Yeah.
Like all the dollar rares.
Right. All the crap. Yeah. Oh, Bird of Paradise. Great. Yeah.
Hey, now Birds of Paradise.
Hey,
awesome.
Birds of Paradise are
Great
useful.
card, overprinted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's in like 1 million sets now. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chiven Dragon,
yeah.
Force of Nature.
I remember when we used to get mad about getting like a dual land. Like, oh, a land card. Boo.
Lane.
Yeah. Now it's like, oh, that's $600. What?
Yeah. Right?
Yeah. Ice Age.
Ice Age. Well, I don't know if there's much of value in Ice Age even at this point.
No, like
Or is
anything
it-
old like that, they still overpay for it.
Ice
Yeah.
Age?
Yep.
Really?
Dude, like 4th edition. I saw a dude like started like a 4th edition, and it was like hundreds of dollars. It's like there's no good hits in that. What are you gonna get? There's no fork, no Wheel of Fortune, no dual lands, no moxes, no like. What are you gonna get in a 4th edition?
They had a
Nothing.
couple of good cards, didn't they?
No.
Or was
Name
it all
one.
gone?
Name one.
I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Because there isn't any. Like
White Knight and Black Knight.
Oh yeah.
Okay, there's $5. Congratulations.
First strike protection, right? It was.
Yeah. I mean, it's a decent card to play, sure.
Right,
but like, is it a hit?
No, it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, so I've been doing good. I've got like probably of the most recent couple of sets, a couple of boxes in my safe, like 3 or 4 boxes. I'm doing really good. So like Commander Legends is like what, 2 years old now? I'm doing good about not opening it. So I'm trying to not think about it.
My wife bought like 2 boxes of Modern Masters to save like that because she's not a Magic player. She doesn't.
Sure, but that's a great set though.
But unfortunately, she didn't get the idea until after Modern Masters 1.
Mm-hmm.
She bought 2 boxes of Modern Masters 2.
Okay.
Which does not have the same collectible.
Not quite the same, but there's still some good hits in there though.
Oh yeah, it's not bad, but yeah.
Do you have the draft booster box? What do you have, Bob?
Me, I go for set boosters because set boosters come with more rares.
So Commander Legends set booster box. Okay, hold on. I'm looking up on eBay
Current
right now.
value survey says.
Oh.
What? Is it more than $100? That's what I paid.
It says D&D. No, it's not bringing up the right one because this is for the Baldur's Gate, and they're like,
oh, yeah. Let me see.
They're $82.99.
No, Baldur's Gate sucks.
Apparently,
there's nothing in. There's like 2 good cards in that set. So if I do Commander's Legends booster box, there you go, right there. Yeah, Legends. Not even on there. Wow. There you go, 120.
All right, you made $20. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$20 right now. Say I wait 5-10 more years.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm patient like that. Like I say, I've been playing since the 90s, never sold my collection. And like I've actually bought a couple of people's collections and whatnot.
Yeah.
I remember going to Purdue and being like, $35 for a Live of Alexandria. I don't know. Then I ended up buying it. Now it's like $600 card.
Yes,
like,
right.
Goodbye.
Yeah, I think I traded my library for like 3 dual lands and some other stuff. Yeah.
So, I love my library. It's a great card. Anyways,
it is.
It's not a Magic set. This is not a Magic.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. I was just curious about the Lorcana stuff, and then now tangent. But that's what we do, right? Whiskey Wednesday, we go on tangents.
If we don't go on a tangent, it's not a Wednesday.
I've never played anything I've never played any Magic or Star Wars Destiny. That's the closest I ever got.
Okay. Sure.
I enjoyed that one quite a bit, but I love chunky dice, and it was I was collecting those chunky dice.
They're so chunky they bend the cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is
but
that.
I never. I did play some Keyforge though. I played a little bit of Keyforge.
I like Keyforge.
I'll say one more quick thing. I will say the Lorcana cards are much nicer than any of the new Magic cards that have been coming out, at least quality wise. Like you get like the Magic foils and they springle, they bend, right when you're on a pack, it's garbage. But then but the Lorcana ones are beautiful. So,
okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
nice.
They just won't hold their value.
Yeah, this one.
Just play.
I mean, maybe the alt art foils will, because
I'm sure the alt art ones will.
Yeah, they will.
They're very rare. I open up a whole booster box and get a single alt art. So.
Okay. So maybe.
Yeah.
And there's always going to be people that want those. There's the FOMO of it. There's the, I mean,
I got a lot of foils. There's a foil in every pack, and I did get some legendary foils, but no alt art. So
I was never a foil guy.
Yeah.
And so I would always be the one who's like, I pull a foil something, and I'm like, hey, dude, I'll trade you for 3 regular ones.
Right.
Oh.
Sure. I mean, if you're gonna play, 3 regular ones will do you a lot better than 1 foil one will.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I used to have an all foil white deck. The lands were all foil. All the cards were foil. Like they just looked real pretty. That was back when they were still nice, though. Back in like Urza's Destiny and Urza's.
Right. Dude, Urza. Speaking of Urza, have you met Mike Elliott?
Mm-mm.
So like one of my early times going to conventions, this was probably like 2017. We were doing, it was Origins, and we were doing this radio show, and they sign you up, and you have a specific time slot. They're like, show up at this time, stand in line, and we'll do a little radio interview. Origins up late at night in a bar kind of thing.
Up all night, yeah.
Around 2.
Yeah.
Up all night.
Yeah.
And who was that?
Rhonda.
Yes.
On USA.
Yes, that's right.
She took over after Captain USA. It used to be Captain USA, and then they got rid of the old guy in the shitty Captain America knockoff costume, and got Rhonda.
Yeah. So we were standing in this line to take our turn to talk about our whatever, And in front of us, the guy was like, "Hey guys, how's it going? Is this your first convention?" We were like, "Yeah, man." And he was just chatting us up. Barry, he can't get rid of that guy. He follows me everywhere. What's up, Barry? He was just chatting us up, being super nice, being like, "Oh yeah, I've been around a while." Turns out this guy designed like every good, like he designed the Urza sets.
Oh wow!
And like and a bunch of other games that are iconic and amazing, where you're just like, oh my gosh, that was the moment that I realized how tiny the industry was.
Oh, for sure.
I was like, I'm standing here talking to Mike Elliott, designer of some of my favorite sets from one of the best games ever made. Ever.
And he's just there, just a
and
dude.
He's just hanging out, being nice, chatting us up, being like, cool, good luck to you guys, Just like,
it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
Well, they're either like that, or they steal, $300,000 worth of Magic cards while wearing their branding, their own branding.
I don't know if those guys were noted designers per se.
Well, yeah,
Per se.
I have never heard of Dragon Eclipse.
Same.
Yeah. Sorry, Justin.
Y'all still going? I did a full day's work.
I hear you, TK. Sadly, I have to go back to work tomorrow. I've been off all week. I go back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, my work tomorrow is still up in the air. It's really going to depend on my friend Greg. If he's got plans, I'll probably go to work. If he's got nothing going on, I'll call off and spend the day with him. Nice. So we'll see what happens.
Dragon Eclipse. Has anybody heard of Dragon Eclipse? What is it?
No.
Justin's pulling out the. Was it Justin that asked about that one?
Yeah.
So he's pulling. He took my hipster hat, put it on.
I did play a ton of Spellfire back in the day.
Justin, I want to know if it's Gawain or Gauguin.
Ooh.
That's what I want to know.
Ooh. Yeah.
Or Gawain.
I say it's Gahan.
Gahan. Isn't that the... No, anyway. Probably nobody else here is a big Depeche Mode fan. But anyway.
They're a band, right?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, we lost Evan again. He's gone. I don't know what happened.
I think that means I got that one right.
Gauguin.
Clegane.
Gregor Clegane. He's the mountain.
Is he related to the mountain?
No, yeah, he was the dog.
Yeah, the hound is better. Yeah.
The hound. What was the name of his brother? Wasn't he the mountain?
Sandor Clegane was the hound. Gregor was the mountain.
Oh, Gregor was the mountain. Yeah.
I am a big Game of Thrones.
I was going to answer that, but Tim was all over it. Yeah.
I'm a Game of Thrones nerd.
Gauguin. That's awesome.
A little bit less than that, though.
Goggin? What do you see? Goggin. Like like Walton Goggins, like one of my favorite actors.
Goggin. Spellfire.
There we go.
Spellfire was awesome.
Yeah, if you were a big D&D player, you knew about like Forgotten Realms at all, like Spellfire was a good time. Yeah.
Spellfire was so great. I think I have quite a bit of Spellfire.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I have no idea where those cards went to.
That was one of my very favorite. Yeah, that was an awesome one.
Yep. Man.
Dave's not here. I don't know.
Dave. Where are you? Dave's not here, man.
Dave,
where are you, Dave?
Let me in.
What
Or
do you
I'm
do,
Hard hat,
Dave?
hard
sorry,
hat.
sorry, Dave.
I wouldn't do that, Dave.
Daisy. Man, I really like that movie. I really do. Mike, you still alive?
I'm here.
Hey,
Or-
Mike, how's it going?
Hey.
Welcome
We'll
back.
stop talking about Magic. Come on back.
All right,
Oh,
we'll,
you're
we'll
good.
go. We'll stream away from the
Come on back.
No worries.
collectible card games.
I used to play Vampire Jihad back in the day.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That was a very good game.
I like
Did
that
anybody
one.
play the Vampire Rivals game that's out?
I've got the base set, but I haven't played it yet.
All right,
But the rule set looks similar.
pretty straightforward.
Yeah, so we could play it sometime.
Shadow Fist.
It's a living card game now instead of
Shadow what?
Oh, is it Shadow Fist? Anybody ever play Shadow Fist?
Mm-mm.
Oh man, I loved some Shadow Fist. All
Okay.
right, Mike. What do you want to talk about?
I don't have anything off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta be
I
fast.
always liked board games because everybody gets an even playing field. It's not who spent the most money.
That's true.
That
is true.
Or
Oh,
invested the
Dave.
most time into sorting the money they spent by building decks. Not that it's not interesting. Like I actually really got into building decks of Star Wars Destiny. I get it. But
Yeah.
I don't like anything that's a money trap.
Oh, like board games,
So, well,
Yeah,
board-
like a
board
deluxe
games
edition of
are-
Castle Burgundy.
or
Board games are a money
Dog
trap, but
Or
I've
a-
got like over 200 of them,
Oh.
not just one game that cost me $5,000. I
Sure.
think that's more
or
interesting.
or a Kickstarter edition of After the Empire. Is that too
Well, that's
Sucks.
money trap?
well, that's one of the cool things about like a draft, right? Like if you go to like a pre-release and you're like, okay, well here's like 4 packs, build a deck. I'm like I like doing that because everybody's on pretty even ground then.
Yeah.
Well, and also like 99% of the people that have played Magic have played it for years,
Yeah.
and like so
So jumping
what's
in
a
on
guy
that.
like me gonna do to jump into Magic now? Other than
Pre-release.
Bob's suggestion, which is, hey, here's a couple decks, let's just play. Like,
Yeah.
I'd
Right, and that's
consider
fun
that.
too,
the
right?
best way.
Yeah, you meet some people like, oh, here's an extra deck, let's just play.
That's
Yeah.
the best
Yeah.
way.
Yep, and that's good. That's fun. I enjoy that, especially in teams. I don't know. I love team games. That's one of the things I love about
Mhm.
Quest and Cannons. Right, when we played that 2v2v2
Oh
game,
yeah.
that was so much fun. Like just like meeting up, trading goods, blowing up our opponents, and trying to make our deals and stuff. Like, man, that was a good time. I can't wait for that game to show up.
Me neither. That game looks so cool, and yeah, even the prototype looked amazing.
Yeah,
Or played amazing. It was really good.
I'm a little
Wow,
concerned about
it's
the insert.
It's officially dark in Portland now. Look at that.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah. The sun has
Yeah.
set
yeah.
on the
Yeah.
Western Empire there.
Yeah.
The Western Empire.
Are you-
Portlandia.
yeah, Portlandia
So
is
weird.
one of my favorite shows.
It's so funny.
It is funny how like they're not wrong about the archetypes. Right?
Uh,
Like obviously they're satirized and heightened,
Sure.
Right, right.
but have I seen that person and
Yes.
talked to that person? Yes. Have I been to that bookstore? Yes.
Right, right.
Worst thing about Portland, my first wife moved there. So and she works in a bookstore. So yeah.
I've been there. No.
Yeah,
Oh, that bookstore.
it could have been that bookstore. God, Fred Armisen's a national treasure, though. Oh my God.
He is hilarious. Mhm.
No, I love. Yeah, because that was like the first thing I saw him do after he left SNL, and yeah, hell yeah,
Yeah.
Portland.
I tell you what, first time, last Magic comment. So when I was first introduced to the Commander archetype, I went over to some people's house and I did like I told Mike I borrowed somebody's deck, right? And we're playing, and all it was people playing these big, crazy, huge creatures and beating each other down with them. So I'm like, I'm just gonna build a deck that steals creatures. And so I built the Rubina Soul Singer deck, and every single card there was all about just stealing other people's creatures and beating down with them. Oh my god, it was so much fun.
And then sacrifice them.
I was like, thanks for playing that awesome creature. I'm gonna take that and kill you with it.
Soul Singer.
Yeah. Preacher, Old Man of the Sea, Control Magic, like any card that stole creatures, it was in there.
So rude.
Yep.
Oh, have you met Bob? He's a total dick.
Especially at Magic.
I remember, I remember one time playing Bob, your Stone Rain deck, Bob.
Oh yeah,
rude.
Like just
it was a green-red land destruction. So turn 2, I was killing a land because I played a bunch of elves.
Right.
So
That's
turn
so
2,
rude.
dead land. Yeah.
I made a like to be equal. So my buddy, we opened a game store together, and he loved playing Lando, just rude, and so I made it was Scars of Mirrodin, and it was Quicksilver Amulet, tap to turn any card into an artifact. And I made an artifact destruction deck where I'm just paying 1 or 2 mana to kill any card on the board.
Gorilla Shaman.
Just rude.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can turn your land into an artifact and kill
it's a
it.
cute artifact you have. There'd be a shame if somebody were to destroy it. Yeah.
Shatter.
Yeah.
Shatter. I was gonna say, you just go old school Magic, Shatter.
Or now they have the what is that one that kills everybody else's artifacts instead?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
So rude.
I can't remember the name now. I'm drawing a blank on it, but yeah, it's like 4 or 5 mana, and it kills everybody else's artifacts, like all of them.
Shatterstorm just kills all artifacts.
Yeah, Shatterstorm is all, but no, there's a new one now that just kills all of your opponent's artifacts. Yeah, rude. Yeah,
So rude.
It's hilarious.
Good times. So about that game of Anachrony.
Oh,
yeah. Doesn't somebody else have to set that up? I don't know.
I think it was you.
How do I do that?
I don't know. I've never
done
that.
Is that on BGA?
BGA. Yeah, it's on BGA. There's some really cool games on there. Like I said, I was just kind of browsing because I haven't done a lot of BGA. I played 3 games. Like one of them was The Crew. So, 4 hands of that, and I was padding my stats. And then
Bob, what's your name?
Crafty Kether. CRAFTYKETHER. Oh, somebody else.
If that's a premium game.
I have friends.
No, it can't find it.
What?
It's
CRAFTY. FTY
Oh, maybe I can start it. I'm trying.
Oh, there you are.
There you are. Accept. Friends.
Friend.
Woo, join. Okay, so thanks for watching our live stream as we start our game of Anachrony here.
I'm trying to add an additional person to this invite. What the heck?
That's
so this is going to be a tutorial on how to create a game. Dang
it!
How do I find a game?
I only have 1 invite. Crap!
Oh no! Oh my god! It's really busy.
Yeah. There it is. Okay. Join. I think I did it. Did I do it? I don't know.
Wait a minute.
We did it.
Dang. Hold on.
I think I did it.
Why is this only a 2-player game? That's dumb.
You started.
I'm not mad though.
Start another one. We'll have to play twice.
We're
gonna play 2 games. My number 1 game. Oh no!
Now you got to find a way to stream it.
Oh well, that's easy.
That's easy.
That's easy.
The easy part. Site's taken.
I really gotta stop drinking.
That's a different movie, Mike. But yeah, you got it, dude.
Yeah, I know. Yep, got it. Richard Garfield.
What?
I don't know anything about magic, so I just said Richard Garfield.
Fair.
He designed magic.
He did.
did.
What's funny is watching
And
him like
tons of
back in the
others.
day. Like if you watch like old school games of him playing cards, and he's got like 4 Library of Alexandrias and 4 of this card. He's just like
Yeah, right.
bridge shuffling, and I'm like, oh my god, what are you doing? Yeah, cringy. It's very cringy.
I think I started a game or two, but I can't tell if I did or not.
I did. I just don't know why it fired up with only 2 people instead of 3. But whatever. Whatever. That's for another time.
Yeah, we'll get to that. We don't need to do that now.
Gotta remember. What the hell we're
So as long as it started, we know we can get to it. And we don't have to play right now. Just saying.
doing. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So
Play right now, is that what you said?
4 not so sober men trying to play a game.
Oh, there we go.
Not so sober is a good way to describe it. Right now.
What is what's your all's names on BGA? I know Bob's. He spelled it 20 times.
It's
There it is.
well, and
mine's-
to be fair, that's been my gamer tag since like the 90s.
Yeah, I mean
My name on BGA is Evan Space Halbert.
Ooh, creative.
Ooh.
wow, that's
I was
We're
just gonna
in love with
say,
that one.
Evan, you don't have to like give it out to the ones of people watching if you didn't want everybody.
The ones that
you
people-
lost me with the
Yeah.
space. Let me just
All
say
8 of
that.
them are going to be.
Mike, what's yours gonna be? Philip something? Philazooks?
No, but no rice.
Oh, cream.
Rice
cream.
It's rice
cream.
KREM.
Disgusting.
Yeah, it's disgusting. It sounds so gross.
It's like
Sounds so
kanji.
gross.
Actually, it's pretty good. But
Does the body good.
Is that what your pickup line is? Does the body good?
Sure. Yes.
On all of
It
his dating profiles.
for
all
not
7 of them.
sober men try to play a game, that's actually
It's
pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Not even play, just like figure out how
Figure out how to
invite-
start it.
Oh,
Figure out the invite system.
why isn't this
You
working?
know, we get mad about it like a boomer.
the files are in the computer.
In the computer. My wife and I say that all the time. Evan picked a really great
Now
way to
we try
freeze.
Figure it out. Yeah.
Gosh. I shook it too hard.
I get that a lot.
I shook it too hard.
Oh shit.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Man, yeah, I haven't been on BGA in ages, so I just figured like, well, we're talking about it. I better get back on and make sure
I
I
haven't either.
still have a
I just
password.
started playing again just a few weeks ago, and I'm like, man, what have I been doing with my life?
Not playing
I
Castles of
know.
Burgundy. That's for
I
sure.
tell you
For
that,
sure.
man. Gosh, this guy has like the expert badge on his Castles of Burgundy avatar. It's
Oh
whatever
dang.
they call
That
it.
ain't me.
It's- I know.
You're screwed. You are screwed, dude.
It's pretty ridiculous. Pretty ridiculous.
My fancy glass.
It looks fairly similar to my.
This
fancy
is one of
glass.
my the only things I kept from my first marriage. Waterford crystal.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Is Waterford a special place?
It's in Ireland. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
Like it's a very specific.
I have 2 of those glasses and then like a decanter thing. And that was one of the very few things that I
Fancy.
kept from that time frame, we'll say.
Yeah.
Extremely fancy.
Cool.
Yeah, she took the dog too.
Yeah.
Second one didn't. I was like, this is my dog.
She took my house and my cat.
Cat. Woman. Whoa, man. Thank you, Evan. I love that. That's an underrated movie. I don't care what anybody says.
What is it?
So I Married an
So I
Axe
Married
Murderer.
Oh, I haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah.
Oh.
Excuse me, I believe I ordered a large.
A large, yes. Check.
That line I remember.
Oh, the Colonel with his wee beady eyes. You're gonna eat my chicken. I just love any of the stuff where he says, "Dad, head, move, no." It's like it's like Sputnik. He's gonna cry himself to sleep on a gigantic pillow. Just,
Mike, you started this game with a turn timer. That's not a good idea.
D'Artagnan.
It just
It-
says like
it's
this is
not-
my first game, so my turn time is doubled. Thanks for helping me.
It doesn't really enforce it.
Oh, okay,
So yeah, it doesn't time out or anything.
Okay. Because when I'm creating them, I have no idea what I'm doing. So hopefully I didn't.
I
mess
know,
it up.
right? I tried to like invite both of you, and somehow I started a game with only Bob's. Like, yeah, that's what I meant to do.
Yeah, let's talk about playing one of your favorite games with Evan and then not invite him.
Yes.
I gave up the invite.
That's how it works.
I don't
That's
know what
how
I'm
it
doing
works.
either.
You know, I kept the crushing debt from my first marriage.
Nice.
That wasn't me. That was.
You chose
that's-
poorly, Jim. You
Yeah.
chose poorly.
Oh
That's
my
something I've kind of
gosh.
like lucked out on. Like 2 marriages, and neither one has really tried to like take me to the cleaners or anything.
Yeah, only
Yeah.
7 STDs. You made up pretty good.
Well,
Oh, wow.
in fairness, just 2.
Well,
I
mean-
was gonna have to start. Like I'm pretty solid on like 4 or 5, and then I'm like,
Yeah.
what's number 6?
well,
Right.
how far into the alphabet can you go with hepatitis? It's
Yeah,
like-
yeah. That's what my friend Zach used to say. He's like, I took my hepatitis, I got an A, B, and a C.
Yeah.
It's like, congratulations.
Oh, it's like an orange on a toothpick. Yeah, there's so many good lines from Sorry Married an Axe Murderer.
James Cole, illustration and design.
Yes. Oh,
Does he do board game
Yeah.
design illustration? Oh,
That one.
fancy.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually a picture from Bob's last divorce on the back.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
Sweet art in there. Yeah.
It is. That's really good art.
His money just tried to chew off his forehead.
Yeah.
It's a good compromise.
Yep.
I hate to
Yeah.
be that guy, but it is 11:30 over here in Eastern time.
Oh, it's late over there.
Yeah. It's like breakfast time for Evan.
It's
Just about. I made it dark now.
What is it, like 7:30 for you, Evan?
8:30.
8:30. Okay.
3-hour difference. Come on,
Three.
guys. Pacific time. It's not that hard.
Jeez.
Come on, calm down.
See.
Hep Z,
Come on.
that's the one that turns you into a zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
But it's the fun way to get it. You know, if
Right.
you're gonna turn into a zombie, at least go that way.
It's why they're always hungry for liver.
Oh.
Trevor's on lunch detail.
Oh yeah, Trevor though is in Korea. Is that where Trevor is?
Okay.
Yeah. It's
He's in the future. It's like tomorrow there already.
Yeah, it is. What's it like?
What's the future like, Trevor? Is it pretty much the same?
it still
tell us.
sucks. Yeah, it is Korea.
It's
Okay.
like Korea.
Yeah, lots of
I remember
Korean
doing that.
pop singers.
So I know
in
I'm
the
going to talk
future.
about my New Zealand trip some more, but I was constantly like messaging people like, greetings from the future. You know,
Mhm.
yeah. Even though New Zealand's kind of stuck in like the 90s.
Donnie.
Johnny shows up.
Hey, Donnie. Donnie must be on that West Coast time.
I think he
Donnie.
is.
Donnie
No,
must have
Donnie's
heard
in like
about
Vermont.
Oh, is he?
I think
Okay.
he.
I
I think
don't
you
know.
heard about these ridiculous scores that Evan was bragging about on Castles of Burgundy. 300? I didn't even know. that was
Challenging. I
possible.
challenge that. Challenge.
Oh my God. We're way in
Oh,
over
Dad's
our
got a
head in that
bingo.
game.
All right.
Bingo.
Winner. Chicken dinner.
Well, no, like I said, Mike, I think if you balance out the fact that I was playing board 8 and subtract 20 points, you technically beat me. Or you, not technically, would have beat me. I did cheat. That's
Yes.
actually true.
Tracks.
I love it.
He was just drawing cards that he had written on, and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna play this card here."
Oh
Castles of
man,
Burgundy.
it is a great digital game.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I should probably play Castles. I should probably play Concordia at some point.
Yeah,
So
Yeah,
freaking
never
good.
played it. Mhm.
We'll
Love
fix
it.
that.
I love it. I'll finally get off my duff and start playing some games on BGA. I can do that because I can do it on my phone. There's not like a good reason.
Yeah.
I can do it on my iPad and my phone.
Yeah.
I only play games on my Duff.
Ooh. I usually only play games on Bob's duff. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it.
Thanks,
Quit
Daddy. I
moving.
avoided grizzly attacks. And
Yeah. We were
I
hoping
did
for some
not.
cool videos, but Mike didn't get anything like that.
Yeah.
Did
They
you have
wouldn't
to
have
avoid a
came-
grizzly attack?
No,
Oh,
not
okay.
really.
No
I
bear
saw some
attacks,
grizzly bears.
no bear arms, no nothing.
I actually
Mhm.
even hiked in some places where there was some bear poop, and that's when it got real. I was like,
I
a
think they call
bear
it
was
scat.
literally where
It's
I'm
bear
standing.
scat is the proper
It
term.
is
Yeah.
scat. You're right.
It is scat. And that is also Duff stuff.
stuff.
It
Quit moving.
Well,
Tough stuff. I like it. So when you say scat, you're
scat.
you're actually telling it to.
Yeah, either that
I'm
or
the scat man.
Scatman Crothers comes out, or Cab Calloway.
Is that like a way to say that scat is chit? I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
I don't know why they use that word. If you're like out hiking or hunting, it's scat. Otherwise, it's
Yeah.
just poop.
I watch a lot of Alone, and they do say, "Oh, look, there's some bear scat there. That means there's bears around here." And
You know what's funny is I used that term when I was out there, and then like when I got back here, I didn't even use that term. It just
it's poop.
I watch a lot of those nature shows too.
It's poop again. Don't step on it with your boots, Ted.
Oh no, it's another flaming bag. Don't step on it with your boots. Oh, it's poop again. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, let's just go with 90s comedies for 1,000, Alex.
Right?
And just keep doing.
My goodness.
Build a model airplane, she says. Next thing you know, the change is missing off your dresser, and your daughter's knocked up. I've seen it 1,000 times.
I could take a dump in a box and write a guarantee on it if you want.
It's not on the box.
Evan, we're gonna have to do this again, man. This was fun. Thank you.
Hear you getting fatter.
I was like, what?
Because I'm the
I only
American
have one
working
more
man,
vacation
and
day
that's what I
left for the
care
rest of the
about.
year, so I'll probably just have to call in sick. Although if I call in sick and then I show up on a live stream drinking whiskey, they're probably gonna be like, "Wait a minute."
Yeah, well, whiskey's good for colds or toothaches or whatever. My parents gave me whiskey for when I was little. No, my parents didn't actually do that.
Yeah,
rub.
Yeah.
That was,
But no, actually, I was working at a restaurant one time and I was feeling sick, and the manager walked up with a shot of tequila, and he's like, "Here, drink this." And I'm like, "Is this a trap?" He's like, "No, just drink it." So I drank it. He's like, "I'll get back to work."
You've been drinking a little booze.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
A little bit of Grandpa's cough syrup.
Give me that booze, you pumpkin pie haircutted freak.
Harlan Williams, also underrated comic. I enjoyed him quite a bit.
Yeah.
Isn't it Harlan Williams? No, his
I
name?
don't know.
Yeah, that was him in Friday.
Friday? He was in Friday?
So long.
Yeah,
We were quoting Dumb and Dumber. No, you're thinking of Half Baked, you dummy.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
There ain't no white people in Friday, Bob. Calm down.
Half Baked. You're right.
It is
that guy.
Hey,
Yeah.
Jim Brewer is in
He played Debo, right?
Yeah, he was Debo and Half Baked.
Did you see that
Let's
picture
just cross them all.
of the guy's friend, and he was like with his mom, and his mom was wearing a gold chain? He's like, "Oh, look, it was his mom's chain."
Oh,
My mom will give me that chain.
And Trevor quotes one of my favorite movies from the 90s. Not even supposed to be here today.
Yeah. 37.
Yeah. Hey, get back here. All at once?
In a row?
In a row. That's what it was. In a row.
Yeah.
I told
Let's see
Randall,
what
he
it
put it into perspective. Oh, what'd he say? At least he wasn't 36. I love that movie.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy, what a debut!
Yeah.
I haven't seen the newest one though. They made it 3.
Yeah, it's not streaming anywhere. I don't think.
If it's not streaming, I can't see it.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
If it's like a movie that I can take the kids to, I can see it in theaters. Otherwise, I'm usually waiting until it's streaming.
I haven't been to a movie in a theater in a very long time.
Oh, really?
I took my niece to the Dungeons and Dragons movie in the theater. We had a great time.
Oh.
It was so
Streamed it.
good. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
took
I streamed it when I could, but I mean,
Yeah.
like, I was visiting them, family wise, and I found out that she was playing D&D with some of her friends from college.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I'm like, does your mother know? Because my sister used to give me a hard time for playing D&D.
That's awesome.
And so we went, and then actually my brother-in-law went too, and he enjoyed it, and he doesn't give a shit about D&D, but he's like, that was actually really entertaining. It was well
fun.
done.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
D&D movie we deserved finally.
Finally.
Yeah. Yes. It was good. I enjoyed it.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank God it didn't have a weigh-ins in it.
I love the weigh-ins.
Yeah, I don't mind.
No,
Marlon.
I like
don't
them,
mind
not in D&D. I loved In Living Color and Major Pain. Damon Wayans was my guy. I liked Keenan Ivory Wayans because I'm old.
Ivory was great. Damon was great.
I'm gonna get you, sucker. Like that is an underrated movie.
Don't be a menace to South Central while drinking your juice in the hood.
Don't be a menace is good, but I'm gonna get you, sucker. For me, was better.
That was fun. You know what I really liked was Damon Wayans on. Did you ever watch New Girl?
I never did with Zooey Deschanel.
With Zooey Deschanel.
I know you're talking about. Yeah, I haven't seen it.
It was, I mean, kind of what you would expect of a show like that, but also endearing and heartwarming and fun and funny. And Damon Wayans was on there, and he was great.
And it has the actor that does the voice of Spider-Man in Into the Spider-Verse, and I really like him for that. He's one of the main guys in the New Girl. Oh, what's his name?
I don't know the names of the actors.
Oh, it's gonna bother me now.
They were both good though. There's Schmitty, and then who's the other guy? Anyway, I liked all the actors.
Jake Johnson. So he was. Hold on, loading. He was Nick Miller.
Nick Miller. Yes. No, I love him. He was great.
That dude.
Yeah. No, he was awesome. I liked all the acting on the show.
Yeah, yeah. So him because of Into the Spider-Verse was like.
Oh, that was Damon Wayans Jr. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Wait a minute.
It's still a Damon Wayans.
Is that different between?
Counts.
Isn't that just Damon Wayans? Was there two Damon Wayans that I'm thinking of?
Must be.
No, it was the same guy. Wait a minute.
Nope. That is.
Really?
I mean, he looks like. Wait, that's my phone. He looks like Damon Wayans, but that is definitely not Major Pain right there.
Oh, that is Junior.
Message.
Yeah. Oh God.
They look like I'm looking at a photo of them next to each other right now. Wow.
He looks like his dad. I mean,
he does.
Yeah.
I said, do we have a problem?
I didn't even realize
that movie.
That like the age didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Like it just didn't even occur to me.
Why is this guy my age?
Yeah, it didn't even occur to me.
He looks really good for 45.
Yeah, yeah, nice work, Damon Wayans.
Yeah.
You treated your body well. It's nice work. That makes way more sense.
USSR.
You spoke my
That's
shit.
how you know it's. We just showed our age there as reference to a movie that has USSR.
USSR in it. Yeah. They're like, what's that?
Huh?
Back in the U.S.
Back in the U.S. Back in the USSR.
White Album. It's my favorite Beatles album. I know that's a.
Have you heard of the
trophy
Monkees?
thing.
I heard they're a big influence on the Beatles.
Yeah. Well, unlike the Beatles, they played their own instruments.
The original Fab Four?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. People say they monkey around. I don't know.
They do.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Too busy singing.
They are too busy. They're too busy singing.
To put anybody down.
You know, they're not your stepping stone, just so you know.
Yeah.
It's actually
I don't know. I like the Monkees way better than the Beatles.
I'm a believer. Wait, what?
I'm a
Did
believer.
you take the last train?
To Clarksville?
Clarksville? Yeah.
Well, I was.
There's a much less popular German version of that we're not going to go into.
Holy crap.
Have you guys, this is important.
Uh-oh.
This is important.
Okay.
Have you ever seen the not Live Aid not the live show, but the one that Quincy Jones put together, where it's Aid for Africa, and it's We Are the World.
Okay.
Mhm.
You know, it's got like
I've seen We Are the World.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There's a
All the
price to
famous
pay.
people singing.
Yeah.
Da, da,
So,
da, 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 da.
Yeah,
there
we're old.
is a Swedish version that
Oh.
they did with all of their pop singers,
Okay.
and it's amazing.
Is it like in Finnish and everything too? Like-
No,
No,
Swedish.
it's in Swedish. You dingy.
And it's amazing.
With your dinghy.
The quality drop off is amazing. And I suggest that you go watch those videos one after another.
Nice.
We Are the World in Swedish.
Is a Swedish chef
It's
in
a
it?
different song. It's a different song, but
Oh,
the same.
okay.
It's the same
Same
thing.
feel.
Same. What was that for? It wasn't Live Aid. It was
Yeah, Aid for Africa, something like that.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like when AIDS first started coming in. And,
yeah, I was saying it's
Yeah,
AIDS
yeah.
awareness or whatever. Yeah.
yeah, and they sent a bunch of money to help, do stuff in Africa.
Are you watching it now, Tim?
No, it's African famine relief.
Oh, famine. Okay.
Okay, yeah. But
Yeah. What's that meme? We don't saw. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up before I butcher the quote.
it's so good.
Poverty exists not because we can't feed the poor, but because we can't satisfy the rich. I love that. Anyways,
I gotta find this.
everybody's googling.
There it is.
Yeah, this makes for good television.
Swedish Metal Aid.
Should I start showing memes on my phone?
Yeah,
Yes.
Swedish.
Okay, there we go. So this is the first one. Actually, this is the second one to watch.
Oh boy, the hairstyles.
And then and here's the first one to watch. Oh, that's not what I want.
Ooh, links and
Whoops.
tricks. So here's me about to win on the third turn and accidentalize. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Watch those two things back to back. Best night of your life.
Nice. Nice. I can't wait. I can't wait. I found them on my phone, so I'll be laying in bed getting ready to go to sleep and just be like, yeah.
And you'd be like, why did you make me do this?
No. I send these guys weird stuff all the time. Trust me.
All the time.
Anytime I'm like, hey, Jenna, come here. You got to look at this thing. She's always like, no.
Yeah.
She knows me better than that. She knows. She's like, nope, I'm not falling for it.
Don't need to see that.
I know that it's not going to be worth it.
Yeah.
Minutes of her time she'll never get back. Minutes of her life.
Exactly.
Yeah. If I want to show my wife something, I have to really play down my excitement because the more excited I am about it, the more she's going to hate it
Yes.
because
Yeah,
it's
right.
probably terrible.
Mm.
Yes. that tracks, yeah.
And she's not wrong, like.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
All right.
All right. Should we let
Should we
Mike
wrap
off
it
the hook here?
Yeah, we should. To be fair to Mike, I probably could go to bed too. I got to get
Yeah,
up in
it's fair.
5.5 hours. So
Fine.
Ugh. Important things to do. They're the worst.
I was trying
I
to figure
mean-
out my
Hey, Walker.
PGA games. I'm still on jet lag a little bit too.
it's a means to an end. But yeah, Evan, this was awesome, man.
Yeah.
Did not disappoint. I
Yeah,
knew
it
it'd
was
be a good
awesome.
time.
It was awesome being
Good
on,
time.
you guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Always
do
a
this
pleasure.
again.
Always a pleasure hanging out with you.
Heck yeah.
One of my favorite, two of my favorite Evan stories, really quick. It was at Origins. We were all excited because Evan was gonna Donnie. I was all excited because Evan was gonna come over and teach us after the Empire in the booth.
Mhm.
And it's like I'd never met him. Had only seen him on Facebook because I'm a stalker. And I walk over to Third World Studios because I wanted to swing by and say hi to Mike real quick before running over to the booth to be ready to do Evan's thing. And Evan is there talking to Mike. I go, hey, I know you. And he's like, hey. I don't know. It was just really fun. and then again, you meet a designer that you like their game or you're excited about their game, and then it's like, oh yeah, they turn out to actually be pretty cool.
It's such
and then,
yeah.
And then even better, Evan just cold turkey gets introduced to Patrick Olmstead. It gets on the, oh, do you want my honest feedback or do you want me to just tell you what I think?
He was great. I have been in enough situations receiving critical feedback on creative processes where I love direct, straightforward feedback. Sometimes people have trouble with the idea that I might not end up doing what they want me to do.
Listen,
which is one thing,
right?
But just giving me the straight up like thing about what their experience was, like that's invaluable. That's so amazing.
And I don't know if he owned it before, but I think he now does own After the Empire.
Oh, nice.
Nice. Yeah, he likes he really liked the base game. I think all of his issues were with the expansion stuff, the prototype expansion stuff.
Because he had done a bunch of research on the, because he was going to Ireland and had done a bunch of research and whatnot. I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't quite line up.
Right, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. And then
I loved his feedback. I loved it.
At that same sitting, he destroyed Bob before my eyes. Like, oh, Bob, do you want to teach? Patrick's like, no.
That hurt a little bit.
Oh, it's like that episode of The Simpsons.
Teaching. I've been doing a lot of more teaching games, and I took his advice to heart, right? Where he's like, you should try to really give strategic advice when you're giving the teach so people know like what they should be doing. So I was like, okay. But I always felt like that would be like too much and like well, let me play the game and then figure out how to play it instead of you telling me what I should do.
But the problem is if you don't, the problem is, Bob, is you can't take your foot off the pedal when you're teaching people the game. So if they don't have any strategic advice and then you destroy them,
it's fun for them. Yeah,
that's why I'm really bad at pitching games.
Yeah,
like where I play with publishers, because I am not good at not playing as hard as I possibly can.
So I've started to remove myself when I go to teach. I try to not play. I'm like, I would rather teach people how to play. That's like when the last time the Foundations of Rome that was played at the meetup, I didn't play. I was like, no, let me get other people in here, let you guys, all these new people play, and I will teach you how to play and give you all advice, but I am not going to play myself, because that way I was able to be, helpful and not just demolish people.
But there's an episode of The Simpsons where Lisa gives Ralph Wiggum a Valentine. It says, I choose you to be my Valentine. And then Ralph just thinks that Lisa's in love with him. And the whole episode, she's trying to be nice and she gets really frustrated. And then she flips out on him and like tells him the truth. And then it's like on video and Bart keeps rewinding. And it's like, and here's the part where Lisa, you can see where she breaks Ralph's heart. And that scene from Simpsons was Bob's face when Patrick Patrick went both barrels on Bob, reloaded, and then hit Evan. And I was just like, thank God Evan's so nice.
No, I really do appreciate straightforward feedback.
No,
that really lived in my brain for a few days. And then I thought about it. And then I sent you that long message about like what all my thoughts, what I came to. But yeah.
Ooh, can I tell you guys two things I'm really excited about?
Yes.
Wait. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Or just one. So that game that you guys, I think Mike and Tim, you might have played it. It's like Druids and stuff. Wildwood, yes. I have signed Wildwood.
Nice.
Yes.
Yeah, dude. Nice.
Featuring the delightful illustrations by Beth Sobel.
Oh, very cool.
It has been signed by 25th Century Games.
Oh, hell yeah.
Love those guys.
And obviously, it's not going to come out for a couple of years or whatever. Like,
sure.
But it's in the pipeline. And it is signed, and hopefully, I mean, obviously, you never know what's going to happen with signed games. It doesn't necessarily mean they're going to come out, but theoretically, that will come out in a couple of years, and I'm really, really excited.
Oh, congratulations!
Congratulations! Yeah,
that was a fun game. I really liked that.
That was cool.
And then the other thing I'm excited to announce is it was my month because I also signed a medium heavy Euro game based on the Great Meteora in the plains of Thessaly in Greece, which are these giant monasteries built on top of these huge stone pillars rising from the plains.
Okay.
And they're actually there, and they're awesome looking, and they're picturesque and all that. Made a midweight Euro game about that, and signed that with Crafty Games.
Oh, very cool.
And that one is even farther out. It's probably like 4 years out.
Sure. But still, two signed games, like
awesome, dude. Yeah, congratulations. That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm feeling excited about.
Dang.
That. Yeah.
So that's gotta like reinvigorate you, right? Like that refills the bucket, right? Every time you get something signed, you're like,
it does go. Because what's that called where you think you're not very good at stuff?
Imposter syndrome.
Imposter syndrome is a huge thing. Almost everybody I know has that. And so you sit there, you're like, well, I got lucky one time. It's not really that good. I'm not good at, I'm not good at this. And you have all these doubts, and then all of a sudden, like, something happens where you're like, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, maybe it's okay to keep doing this. Maybe there is something there.
I feel like there's two sides of the spectrum. There's imposter syndrome and there's Dunning-Kruger. And Dunning-Kruger is like where you're so dumb you don't realize that but you still kind of fail upwards. And then imposter syndrome is you're actually probably good at it, but you're so self-conscious about it. You're like, nah, I don't know.
You're your own worst critic.
Yeah.
And I definitely have a lot of that going on. So it's very nice to be like, oh, just because I haven't signed a game in some number of years doesn't mean that I'm not currently working on a great game that will get signed.
Right.
Yeah.
That's awesome news.
So
you probably got signed because of that awesome interview that you did. And we like kind of played the game. It's probably what it was. Yeah. They saw that video like, you know what? We need that game. Yeah.
No, it might have been that awesome play testing session that happened at Origins prior to that, though. I'm not sure.
On the tabletop.
Yeah.
Next to my
we played it. Oh yeah, there you go.
Anyway, I wanted to say
that's awesome.
Breaking news.
I know you guys played it, and I was really, really stoked for you guys to play it and the nice things you said, and I just have really been appreciating getting to know you guys and hanging out with you and
dude.
Just like this is part of what is so amazing about this industry, and I freaking love you guys.
Yeah. Well, I was telling my friend Greg about like the thing that I absolutely love, and it's just stupid lucky that we get to do this show and stuff, is that like I've made all of these friends with different designers and developers and just people that I admire that they've made a game, and I appreciate their craft. And it's like if I stopped doing the show tomorrow, but I ran into Evan at Gen Con, we would have the same relationship. And it's like it doesn't have, like it's just I just love it because it's like I could run into you on the street and it'd be like, oh hey man, how's it going? And it's so cool to get to meet you guys, meet you people and hang out with you guys. And it's like, you guys freaking rock, like Donnie in the chat, Jim is in the chat. It's like, you guys all make games, we just talk about them because we like them. But
hey man, making board game content is a skill.
Yeah, we're still refining that.
Yeah, Tim said I was going to be doing an interview, and I was like, because I get nervous in front of the camera.
Dude, Bob, you did a great job, man.
Dude, man, but talking to you is so easy.
We had our interview, and I had such a good time chatting with you.
Yeah, dude.
And then we did we played Wildwood. Yeah. And we busted that out in like 20 minutes because the hall was closing.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Just
a great time,
with you guys has been such a blast.
Yeah.
No, it is our pleasure, man. It is our pleasure. But
you come to Indiana, you better look us up.
He only goes to Fort Wayne, Bob. We'll have to go to Fort Wayne.
You're gonna have to drive out to Fort Wayne.
That's fine. It's like 2 hours. It's fine.
Yeah, we could stay at Bryce's house.
Well,
but all right, Mike, welcome home, buddy. Glad you're back. Glad you're back on the live stream with us.
I guess we kind of missed it.
Beautiful photos, man. That looked like it was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. It was incredible.
72 photos is a bit much to drop in one thing, but it was pretty.
hundreds of photos.
That was the selection.
Sometimes
Those were just the selection.
Large dumps. Yeah.
Sometimes multiple photos of the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I don't understand though how many pictures of bear scat we need on the.
We gotta get all the angles, right? You want to see what,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, this one had corn.
That's
There
a
is
tall-
corn in
that's a tall
Alaska.
Scat right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
that might be some Bigfoot scat.
Yeah.
Did you get any squatching done while you're up there?
Oh, well, a little bit.
We took my daughter to preschool, like her first, like they call it warming day, like the first day before preschool starts, just recently. And we were driving out of the parking lot, and I looked down, and I was like, "That's human poop."
In the parking lot or in your car?
In the park. Wow. In the
Okay.
wow.
Thank
I had to
God.
go. No, it was in
On
It
the
was-
hood.
in the parking lot of the preschool, and I'm like, "That's an adult
Okay.
human poop
So
right there."
I was
That's-
gonna say, was it like a kid's poop or was it like adult
Well-
size poop?
no.
I don't.
Yeah.
My son is 6 and he has had some poops, and I'm like, God dang, like boy,
like it was like
oh,
Look at nice
Like, I'm like, that
beautiful
hurt.
soft
big thing of soft serve right there.
How many
I've
Keurigs
heard
do you
there's
think
no
that is?
laws in Portland, and this confirms it. So
there are laws. You can be topless, but you can't poop. You can't have your pants down on at preschool.
You can't
Yeah.
poop in a
All right.
I
preschool.
think
Awesome.
everybody should be allowed to be topless. If a guy can be topless, a girl should be topless.
Yes.
Everybody's choice. It's fair. Yeah.
But Bob, you also do have ulterior motives.
Well, you know, that's
Just-
my own prerogative.
You want to
okay?
show off your nipple ring?
Yeah, he does.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I like
Oh, we do have the World Naked Bike ride here.
Nice.
Oh, right on.
I've seen videos of that.
Yeah.
But you know, if you're not the lead
I've
dog,
been in
you
it.
never changes.
Oh, Evan did the naked bike ride.
I've done it so many times.
Nice.
you have to dodge any human excrement on that ride.
No,
hope
only
not.
in
Oh, wow.
only in the preschool parking lot.
Oh.
Oddly enough.
I would have been less shocked if you were like it was child size, because I'd have been like, yeah,
Right.
I've got that age of children, right?
Yeah,
Like my
you're in the bark dust. You're like, oh
Shit
well,
happens.
yeah, that makes
Yeah.
sense. It happens. Shit happens.
Mm.
No.
Wow.
That's not what it was. Yeah.
ugh.
Well, to leave you all on that note,
That's a high note. That is a high note.
Number 2. Yeah.
Bobby, thanks for joining us tonight, man.
I'm so glad
Oh my
today off
God.
today. So
that was
glad.
great chatting with you.
Yeah. Good times.
It's even better because that we can all fanboy over Evan and do it. Oh, Bob,
Shake.
don't leave him hanging.
Oh, other side,
Other way,
other
Bob.
side,
Other way, Bob.
Other side.
Other way.
side.
Right?
That
No, it's
mirroring
not.
thing will-
No, it's
Other side.
not.
Right.
You got to go this way.
Well, my
There we
camera's
go.
reversed.
There we go. Oh, high fives. High fives.
Oh,
all
I
around.
got it.
It was kind of a shake. It was
Mike,
kind of
wrong way.
Tim, you need to learn to reverse your camera, Tim.
No, hell no.
You're-
It'll confuse the hell out of me if I do it that way.
You're confusing everybody because you're on the wrong side.
You're on the, get
Look.
out of here.
Right hand, left hand.
Right
This is
hand.
not
This is the
Tim's
result
excrement,
of
wasn't it?
Foreman and
Tim.
whiskey.
You need to reverse your camera. You
As
can mirror
Jasmine
your
pointed
camera.
out
How do you
earlier.
mirror your camera?
It's in the little preview.
Oh,
You
mirror
get
my
a
Oh,
camera.
really?
Yeah.
Right hand.
Is it like settings?
Yeah,
It
it's
is.
like when you're in like the preview before you actually enter in. You
Yeah.
go to your settings. Yeah, you do the mirror camera, and that way, like, oh, I'm putting to my right hand side. I use my right hand. It's right there, and it's not like reversed, right? It's
What?
actually like.
Oh
the
my
right way.
goodness.
Hi, Mike. See, look, Mike
Oh.
and I are shaking hands now. See?
Now I'm pointing to
Now that
GKR. Now I'm pointing to Catan.
See, see how much easier that is.
Oh, there's God tier right there.
Yeah,
Hello.
it's way better.
Great Western Trails right there.
Now-
that looks
now
like
I'm-
Toronto.
Now that like 2 hours into the stream, we figured out how to work the.
There's Fresco.
That's
Forbidden
right.
Stars. That looks like Evolution, if I had
Yeah,
to
you know what
guess.
easier that is?
See, now you can actually do it.
Cult of the Deep.
Wow.
There's Concordia right there.
Yeah.
Look at
Okay.
that.
Oh, you got
All
the
your
big
C
tan.
words. Yes, we don't say them out loud.
The who?
The C words.
Oh,
Yeah.
Concordia.
that's my collection is kind of alphabetized.
Okay,
So
Is
that's-
so
C word
real
just
quick,
a
real quick.
direction, like towards the
Catan.
sea?
Not a
Yeah.
big Catan fan, but if you're on TikTok, there's a page called Catan memes. Freaking hilarious. Freaking hilarious.
I'm
I
not
like
on
Catan.
TikTok, but I bet I could find it.
Okay.
yeah, you probably could.
Okay.
All right, boys.
We're gonna start the sign off jargon.
It's been awesome tonight. Thank you so much, Evan. You're the best. Never disappoint.
It was a
Never
pleasure.
disappoint.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, anytime.
So for the board game rundown, I've been Tim.
I've been Bob.
That was Mike.
I've been Evan.
Yes. Thank you so much, guys. We will see
Thanks
you
everybody
next
in the
time.
chat.
And I shall continue to be.
Human bowel movements.
Good job, Stonemeyer. A 7.3 repeating. Heating.